All right. So, welcome everyone. Welcome. We're starting our the first round of what I'm calling open table, where I invite anybody who's able to see anybody who wants to play any game I feel like running. And today we're doing Monster of the Week by Evil Hat, a game where you get to play as the main characters in X Files or Supernatural or Buffy or similar shows. All right, so why doesn't everybody go around and just say their names and maybe their pronouns? I'm Patrick. I stream under Sprout Emoji, and I go by he/him. And for funsies, I live in Jersey. Not all at once.
I'll. We can do this clockwise. Hello, I'm Findnot. Any/all.
Okay.
I'm Lydia. I use she, her pronouns.
Cool.
I'm River. I go by they, them, but femaffirming is welcome.
I'm Thomas. He, him.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's go ahead and dive in. I have a bit of a cold open that I like to write cold opens for my sessions. And then we will dive into talking a little bit about your characters. So, let's get started. Okay. Angelica sighs, exasperated as her boyfriend Everett continues talking excitedly about his newest entry in the RoboFight competition next month. He's been talking non-stop about his newest robot design ever since he got a hold of a broken chainsaw from the scrapyard. She'd brought him to the cabin after she convinced her parents that they were working on a biology project together, which, she told herself with a smug smile, was almost true. She'd worn a very tight top and high-waisted jeans, her best outfit for her plans that evening. But Everett seemed oblivious to every subtle hint she dropped, every toss of her hair and overemphasized lip bite. Everett was talking about motor oil or some such, and she goes, "Everett, when was the last time we made out?" Everett dropped dead, finally catching the blazing neon hint she was dropping. He turned down the lights and walked over to her as sultry as he could manage, but stopped suddenly, looking out the window. "Did you hear that?" Angelica sighed again, rolling her eyes. "I should tell you, I'm not a fan of edging, Everett. No, really. I think I hear someone outside." Everett. Everett looked out the window and gasped. Slowly, he reached for the axe hanging on the wall and walked over to the door. "Okay, Everett, this isn't funny." Everett shushes her and opens the door. Angelica hears a low moan coming from the woods and finally sits up. "Everett, I think you should close the door." He nods his head, shoulders the axe, and closes the door. Angelica backs into a corner, straining her ears, but hears nothing but crickets and the night frogs. There's a sudden jiggling of the handle, and Everett and Angelica share a look of stunned horror as the handle turns unimpeded. Everett knows he locked it. The door swung open, a dark shape hidden by the gloom of the night. Everett swings the axe wildly, losing his grip as it wedges itself in the floor. Angelica scrambles back to the closet and hides under an old sleeping bag. A sudden roar pierces the quiet as a chainsaw starts and the splitting blades cut into something wet. She covers her mouth, choking back a scream. She had to get out of there. She had to make it for the car. She has to make it back to town. She waits, holding back tears for what feels like hours, and hears nothing. Cautiously, she opens the door just a crack, and in the flickering light, she sees a pile of viscera where her boyfriend used to be. Something snaps in her brain, and she screams high and loud as the closet door is forced open. Something grabs her by her hair, tosses her to the ground, and the last thing she feels is a pressure in her chest as a spear blossoms out of the front of her tight shirt. As she falls to the floor, the sound of crickets and night frogs return to the woods. Okay, so...
I'm golf clapping.
Thank you. All right, so that's sort of the cold open for everyone. Why don't we go around and introduce everybody to our characters, and we can go. We'll go counterclockwise this time. We'll start with River.
Okay,
Ooh.
I think we have different like directions than
Oh.
like of our Discord bubble. I will go though. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm playing Chloe, a subpar college sophomore, um, who has kind of entered college reluctantly and has been obsessed with the occult since like early junior high.
Okay. Love it.
Coincidentally, they're not very social, but they do have a few good friends in their life. They're not like completely antisocial, but they're a nervous girl, always wearing an oversized hoodie. The sleeves are kind of tattered from her chewing on the end of the sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Um, always kind of wearing the same stuff and just trying to be invisible.
Okay.
Sounds
Getting a
like
little bit
me
of
in high school.
self. I'm getting a little bit of self-insertion vibes here, River.
I don't think that's accurate, but where else should I go? Should I start filling out my character, I guess? Because it says I'm supposed to start picking.
Oh, did you not? Yeah, go ahead and check the boxes that you need to.
Where am I checking boxes?
For your
Like,
for your playbook?
Oh, I think they mean like the questions that we're supposed to like ask other people because there's like a history. Go around the group
Oh.
and it's your
Oh.
turn. Pick one of each of the other hunters.
I think that's a bit later.
Yeah.
like if I can, if you want, I could just pick my moves. Do you want to know my stats that I picked? Is that what we're going?
Well, I'd like to know what playbook you chose.
Oh, the flake.
The flake. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't say that. I'm so sorry.
It's totally okay.
Chloe the flake.
Chloe the flake. Yeah, cool. All right. And we don't really need to know your stats, but why don't you tell us what special moves you chose? Those are always fun.
Yeah, often overlooked was my first choice.
Okay.
I think that um, I enjoy like a subtle stealth kind of play in a situation. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I've really stumbled upon something significant here, and let me just be on my way. So I want to take that one. I would like to probably take Crazy Eyes,
Okay.
um, just because I kind of see that being a tick of Chloe's is like
For sure.
they're kind of hypersensitive in ways beyond simple ASD. Like there's stuff going on, and they coincidentally that plays into see it all fits together, um,
Okay.
which is the other one I want.
All right. Cool. Love it. Those are some fun ones to role play. You made some good choices.
Thank you.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I will go next. So my character is kind of a mysterious female character with sort of an androgynous look as well. Um, she always seems to appear with these three friends just out of nowhere almost. That whenever they seem to get into trouble in their past, all of a sudden this woman would appear out of nowhere and just like block an attack or keep them safe from harm. And like basically right before this mission, as they're all getting together, she just kind of appears and says that she's there to help and protect them. When asked what her name is, she just kind of smiles and says, "You may call me Renew," and is kind of enigmatic about what that name means. Um, so I picked. So I'm playing the Divine,
Mm-hmm.
a character kind of called by the gods to sort of help and protect this team. And I have three abilities. One of them is Angel Wings, which allows me to instantly sort of teleport to either places I know or to people that I know well. So that's kind of the secret of how I'm able to be where I need to be and protect people. I also have the ability, what I need when I need it. I can sort of like pull stuff out of my robes whenever I need it. If it's something like small and sort of like just simple doodads, gimmicks, stuff like that. And cast out evil. Cast out evil allows me to sort of like push people out of like bad guys out of a situation with some potential side effects.
Okay, nice. You have a little bit of hammer space going on. I like it. Okay, very cool. Thank you, Lydia. All right. We're down to Thomas and Find Not.
I can go. So I am playing Grish, or just she also goes by G, just like the letter. Grish is because she's a siren. Her actual name isn't really pronounceable, and Grish is kind of the closest she gets. She is a freelance model and actress.
Okay.
Kind of just, not really super worried about money, just kind of just like taking the jobs that she wants. Shitty bosses sometimes disappear when she works there.
I like you already.
But it's never been traced back to her.
Of course not.
And honestly, I think kind of jumping ahead here, when Find Not mentioned that they were going to be the Snoop, I think that, her as a freelance actress is a good reason for her to be like working with someone who is like filming stuff. And the moves I took are Unnatural Appeal, which sees me roll plus Weird instead of plus Charm when I manipulate someone. And I have a +3 in Weird, so that's really good.
Pretty
and
good,
then
yeah.
Unholy Strength. And I will roll plus Weird instead of Tough when I kick some ass.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Well, excited to see how Grish plays out. All right. And Find Not, what do you got for us?
So, my character is Michael Sherman. He's a kind of rough-looking guy. Rough as in pretty unkempt. A little hunched over. He's wearing very much repurposed clothing that he seems to have found secondhand that seems very much intended for other things. It's like utility wear and stuff.
For sure.
With like a ski jacket and stuff. And he's currently carrying a bunch of equipment. Specifically, he's holding a very fancy-looking camera along with a somewhat not fancy-looking cassette tape recorder, which is strapped around his hip, and a very clunky-looking metal detector. He is he's kind of a shy guy, but he's very much into, basically, the reason he, I'd say, just like, again, also, if I'm going too early, the reason he joined the group is essentially to document, both how to deal with the monsters and also that the monsters existed as sort of a thing for future ages. He is also sort of getting a kick out of it because he is kind of just a little freak who likes finding stuff out.
I'm gonna put that in my notes. Little freak.
Yeah. But he is very earnest. Otherwise, unlike all of the usual ghost hunters, he'll never fake anything. When they go to a haunt and they don't find anything, he records all of it and gets very disappointed back in the van or car, which we use to run around. It's pretty much it.
Awesome.
I am mechanically he is the Snoop,
For sure.
which is in a playbook which is technically not in the core rule book, but it is, but only for exclusive ones apparently.
I think it's in the
It
expanded
was
rulebook.
actually, yeah, it was. It's in the new edition that just released, which is the one I have. It's in there.
It is? Whoa, that's neat.
Yeah, it's an official class. Yeah, it was released in their version of Unearthed Arcana, and then they put it in the real book.
Oh. Neat.
So what moves did you take?
Oh yeah, I have We'll Fix It in Post, where you could, if you conceivably recorded something a while on a site or doing something like doing an interview or exploring somewhere, you can investigate the mystery from there. So
Okay.
basically, you can look through for clues in the footage. There's truthiness, which is whatever you tell a normal person, they'll accept that you think it's true. If it's far out, they might just think you're crazy, but they won't think you're lying.
That's going to be fun to play out.
And yeah. And finally, I have I'm a Reporter, which is when you investigate a mystery by talking to witnesses, interviewing locals, or anything that requires interpersonal skills. Roll plus charm instead of plus sharp.
Okay, fun. All right, now comes the challenging part. I want you guys to describe to discuss for a moment why you are on the road together and what you are driving. You can start with whatever question you think is more important.
Obviously, we're driving, unless, what does everyone think? My vote is for, old pickup van.
My thought was I don't know how much Supernatural you guys have seen, but the ghost faces in that they have this big van with all their stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of what I was imagining.
Ghost faces.
I'm imagining it as kind of like those generic white vans that the CIA drive, where it's just white on the side. Maybe it has paneling on it that says, whatever Michael's ghost hunting company is called, just kind of stenciled on there, but all the fancy pants technology is on the inside. Kind of like a phasmophobe.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
These are all great ideas for you guys to pick from.
I may be biased, but I like the idea of it being like a ghost hunting van, like Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys are driving a large van that is nondescript with the possible exception of a logo on the side. But when you open the doors, you guys got wires on the floor and blinking lights, and there's a little thing that has two balls in it that spins around whenever a ghost comes close, or whenever somebody gets a text. There's for some reason it just smells oddly of somebody's lunch every once in a while. Can't quite figure out who, because there's no microwave, but there's just an odor every once in a Awesome. All right. So what?
They,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Michael is convinced that it's like some sort of either curse or ghost that is plaguing his van, but he has been unable to prove it, especially since he has in fact seen ghosts before, and usually ghosts don't have a smell, so he's sort of just throwing things out there.
Renew will absolutely never complain about it, but you can see her like wrinkling her nose and just kind of like holding back the complaints. It's like so annoying.
So we've
Very
established
bothered.
there's no microwave, but is there like a cooler or mini fridge?
That's
it's your
the
van,
vibe I
man.
get. It's like a cooler stank, right? Like
Cooler
if I
stank.
just smelled that musty like stank of like a cooler with like something just not right mixed with it.
It's kind of moldy, but you can't really tell, and it's like only if the wind flies a certain way on a hot day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All
And
right. Oh, go ahead.
in terms of why we're on the road, my my suggestion is that we can say that we're all sort of like, except for Renew, who seems to just be something that's following us around, someone. We can sort of play it out as being sort of like old, sort of, students at some sort of college, and it's summer break, and we all recently had some sort of experience with monsters, or have met someone who is a monster and have decided, we should probably look into that. There's some like weird stuff going on, apparently. And we're just sort of like driving around the country trying to see what we can do.
I think for Grish at least, um, I think she was kind of like intrigued by like what Michael's doing, and it's kind of like a balance between like, is this exposure going to be detrimental to her because it's, she is monstrous, but also like Michael seems like a chill enough dude, and sometimes you just need a break and not work with someone who is like shitty, even though those opportunities provide good meals.
Is everybody else like young teenage or young 20s, would you say? Or
I wasn't particularly thinking about an age for Grish, mostly because I think so. Like when she is her monstrous siren self, she looks like a lobster. She's got like a long lobster tail.
That's pretty rad.
And yeah, and lobsters can like live to be like 100. So I think she's probably in some like maybe not that young, like human appearance, like late 20s, early 30s.
Interesting. I like this.
I was just gonna say that I wanted to think that like Renew sort of comes off as like the Giles of the group, sort of like the adult, of the group, who like kind of corrals the rest of them.
Yeah, I was thinking Michael to be also semi-young, at least, I would, well, not at least, at most probably 24. He's looking really rough about it though. He looks 30.
He's worked the night shift a couple jobs.
Like
Oh,
maybe Michael is Michael like involved in the AV division at the school or something? Like is
he
that where
absolutely is. He barely managed to borrow like the bare minimum equipment. He couldn't get any of the good microphones, so all he has is like a tape recorder from like his dad.
I think Chloe would have definitely heard about your little ghost show. If I'm like imagining you like flying about it around campus or whatever. and um so she would take interest in it, but she wouldn't have like reached out to you directly. Like I don't know if you like have events or something, but she might have like showed up and sat at the back. Like you're trying to get people hype about the ghost hunting, and she's definitely
Yeah, the
drawn
event
to
that
it.
shows up. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
It's like a talk, and you're like, I like one of the non-faculty members who shows up.
Okay. Lovely. So, you sounds like you guys are all connected through college. And let me ask you this, Fine Knot. How popular is your ghost hunting show?
It is niche to the point that it has, on a good day, like, I'll say it's niche enough that sometimes he just doesn't publish stuff.
Oof.
Again, mostly he keeps it as like, how do I say this? Yeah, he keeps it mostly as records, but he publishes it so that like other people can have easy access to it. But
Mm.
because most of his equipment is fairly, even for like AV club standards, pretty amateur, most people just like say just like, oh, it's just like a flick of the camera if they watch it, and is lucky to get like double-digit views at best.
Okay.
He, though, he does always have one like specific person who always watches him. He doesn't know who they are, but they always
Ooh.
comment.
Ooh. Okay. Fun. Fun. Okay. Well, I think that's everything I need. I think my questions are all answered. Uh, any other defining features you guys want to throw down before we dive in?
There was one, which is the crew for the Snoop, but I think we can do that when we establish character relationships.
Okay. Because we're doing a one shot, we're not going to dive really too deep into the character relationship creation. I do love it. It is a fantastic feature of Monster of the Week, but we're only meeting for this campaign as of right now is only meeting for this evening, so I'm not going to dive too deep into it. Let me pull.
It's the pilot episode.
It's the pilot, exactly.
Right.
So how about it says pick. So for everybody, it says for history, pick one of them for each other hunter. I'm gonna say pick one for one hunter. And why don't want to make sure everybody gets something from everyone else. So we'll go clockwise for me. So that's going to be Fine Knot for Lydia, Lydia for Thomas, Thomas for River, and River for Fine Knot. And you pick from your sheet. Does that sound good? Does that sound good for everyone?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sure.
All right. Normally, of course, for the well, I think I'm the only one watching our stream. So just for the recording, for normal character creation, if this was for like a campaign or for a session that would last 2 or 3 sessions, everybody would have a connection to every other person. But for tonight, we're only doing person on your left.
Right. I can start off.
Sure.
I have one which I think might be fun, since we sort of already talked about how, what's it called? Oh, never mind. I thought, Grish was next to me, but no.
Yeah, you gotta
Are
do
we
it for
doing
Lydia.
this in, like,
Or for
all
Renew,
right.
excuse me.
Renew? I think...
You can also tweak the history if it makes more sense. Like it says,
I'll say Renew saved my ass when I did something stupid. Renew, what did I do?
Let's see. You mentioned that you've seen ghosts before, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you, when you saw the ghosts, you were like wandering into something that you shouldn't have, like something dangerous, and like you're gonna fall off of something or stumble into something, and I sort of suddenly appeared and pushed you out of the way.
Hmm. So like I was about to walk in on something I shouldn't have seen, and you sort of stopped me from it.
Yes.
All right.
So let me clarify that really quick. Renew, did you save Michael from receiving physical harm from like falling, or did you save him from spiritual or metaphysical harm by keeping him from seeing something he wasn't supposed to?
I say I like the spiritual or metaphysical one, sort of that he wasn't meant to see it, or that it would have polluted his soul or something like that.
I like it. It's got to get the fine not stamp of approval though.
That sounds good. That's what I was thinking about, Forbidden knowledge. He's delving too deep.
Awesome. Okay.
So is it me for Chloe then?
I had Renew for Grish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's clockwise.
So, gotcha. For Grish, I kind of combined it too. So I know that you're a siren. I think you are an abomination. You should be destroyed. However, I refuse to do so because I feel something strange looking at you. I don't know what it is, but I'm not prepared for these kind of feelings. So,
Do you have a crush?
Of course not. I am a servant of the Most High. I can't possibly have such sort of feelings.
I'm writing this down. Love it. Love it.
I will say, Grish does exude like a very unnerving, unnatural pull. So that's great.
All right.
Would you say she has Riz, as the kids say these days?
I think I'm too old to know what that means.
I teach high schoolers for a living. I have to keep abreast of all the slang. Fantastic. All right. Well, Renewed, fantastic connection. Love it. Grish, what do you got for Chloe?
I think I saved them from another of my kind. Like there was maybe another siren lurking on campus, and I kind of just like dealt with it.
Like a sorority of sirens.
Oh my god. Literally.
I love it.
And like maybe Chloe knows, or maybe it's just like more
It's
of a
just the
background thing.
I like that I wouldn't know fully. Like, I think like Chloe is definitely sensitive to otherworldly things, but I don't know if the extreme powers that I believe you know, do sirens like really mask their presence, like I don't know if Chloe would be like skillful or that perceptive to necessarily know.
I think if you're really looking, you can like clock that something's a little off. But
I love that, like, and I think that they would immediately be like kind of like, you know, low self-esteem and just immediately be fawning over you platonically.
Okay, fantastic. All right, well, Chloe, what do you have for Michael?
So I think that there were sorry, let's see here. I was mulling over a couple of them.
Pick the best.
I would say we know each other through some kind of haunting websites, like occulty adjacent stuff.
Ooh.
Conspiracy theory, I don't think Chloe entertains, but like if it's spooky, Chloe is Googling about it, and I think probably they might have originally found out about Michael and might have gone the weird route of like, oh, they do a ghost thing. I'm gonna go to that school.
Wait.
I
So
know the
It's
one.
like, yeah, I'm turning Chloe the Flake into kind of a sort of like super fanboy of this weird, obscure,
Ooh.
like I almost imagine you do a radio show, but it's not a radio show. Excuse.
Are you the one dedicated viewer that watches every episode and comments?
Hello. That was my I mean, once Michael kind of teed that up, I thought that would be perfect.
Yeah, that's fun. If we want to play it up, we can make it so that Michael doesn't know that Chloe's the one fan.
No, you
Ooh.
wouldn't, because when you have your
Oh.
little demonstrations in the auditorium or whatever, and there's like 5 or 6 people there and some chaperones from faculty, they're in like the very far back, and you probably don't even notice them in the room.
Mm,
I love it.
all right.
Fantastic connections. Okay. Anything else people are dying to throw into your, character web?
I do have one thing.
What do you got?
Decide if your crew is made up of other hunters or if you have your own entourage. Alright, everyone else is working for my ghost show now. What job do you have? I'm gonna list them out. There's cameras, sound, editing, dog's body, researcher, driver, director, producer, and bodyguard. I think I know who bodyguard is. I'm getting
Sounds right.
yeah. Clearly, Chloe is obvious choice. Yeah. Other than the obvious bodyguard, what's everyone else picking?
Just to be clear, is Chloe like the show researcher and like?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well,
You're like on the occult forums for it.
yeah, like definitely coming up with something. Did you know about this?
Yeah.
Enhance.
Enhance, yes.
All right. I think that just leaves Renew and Thomas. What were your roles?
Oh, I'm the bodyguard.
Right.
Use
I
the
have that written
bodyguard.
down.
And
I was thinking maybe camera.
Okay.
Ooh.
Because I mean, like I know she probably wouldn't be might not be on camera so much, but like I think as a actress / model, she does have experience working with cameras.
You're like learning behind and in front of the camera work.
Yeah.
You're taking it seriously.
You can do it all.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it would be funny if you were the producer.
I could do producer. I'd be
Oh
like,
my God,
I
a
was
megalomaniac, like producer, director, camera operator.
I'm just gonna cut and paste that
Oh
list.
Oh my
and put
God,
an
I
extra
love
gracious
that.
name.
Actually, you're just like bossy. I'm sorry. No, shut up. It's your character.
was like a thing
I
where
mean,
everyone wears a lot of hats.
yeah, because it seems like there are more jobs than we have people. So,
I
And
think
also,
but I was
it's
also
just
thinking, like, what does
Mike
Michael
probably
like?
does the rest. Michael does all of the sound editing, manual stuff, and if
Okay,
everyone agrees, he also drives the van.
yeah.
Sure.
I don't think
Does not.
Gush knows how to drive. I'm just gonna
No
put
one
that out
else
there. I
is
don't
on
think
the
he knows how to drive.
insurance. Like you're the only one on the insurance who's allowed to drive it.
And I think so. Renew would be like the mechanic and the like equipment technician, making sure everything's working properly. Maybe the caterer runs out and grabs food.
Sort of the gopher, it sounds like.
Pretty much.
It is pretty funny to think about, this like angelic entity that also helps with like the car, setting up equipment.
I don't think she necessarily has to like give off angelic appearance, like just sort of like more than perfect almost. Like just seems a little too good.
Really good at everything.
Mm-hmm.
They've
Mhm.
yet to find something that Renew isn't good at.
Is that everybody's like B plot? Trying to figure out something that Renew's bad at?
Yeah, like
I do
I'd
think
imagine if we're gonna go with the mechanic angle, Renew would sometimes when like the van breaks down, Renew sort of just appears on the side, like from inside, and goes like, I know what's wrong here, and pulls out the exact right thing for it.
Mhm.
Or I was thinking like about that scene in Good Omen where Aziraphale fixes the bike to be better than it was before.
Oh,
Love me some Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Okay. Fantastic. I think we have everything we need to get started. I do want to kind of hurry this along. I know that we're getting very into creating our group together, but I do plan
Oh,
on.
yeah, go on.
I do want to try and finish this up in the next hour and a half, 2 hours. If this group vibes, we can of course keep doing more modules. It sounds like we have a good foundation to keep going.
I would love to do more, honestly. We haven't even started
Yeah.
playing.
we have some good stuff. I'd
For
love
sure.
to like expand the character creation
Yes,
with like all of the other people
Oh,
at
for
some
sure.
point. Yeah.
Well, part of the reason I do this open table thing is to allow people to try new systems, and connect players with other players. Yeah, I mean, happy to keep running this if our vibes keep working. But let's try and do some role playing now that we have we have the setting set up. If you recall, there were the 2 high schoolers that were murdered in the woods at the beginning of our session together. If you're watching, you can go back and look at the beginning and listen to that recording. So for the hook, let's see. For the hook, you guys are. Someone pick a number between 1 and 3.
2.
One. Oh.
I heard 2 first. All right. So. All right. So, Renew, you guys have been on the road for let's say about a week so far for this trip, and you're in some rink-a-dink motel in the middle of nowhere. You guys are in Vermont, and this hotel is inexplicably cowboy themed, and you're in the middle of the woods. And you guys are all sitting together, and you're watching a horror movie. What horror movie are you guys watching tonight, all as a group?
The
I'd say
1922
Chloe.
Nosferatu.
Oh,
Oh man, it's one of those late night shows where they're showing the
Yo.
black and white movies.
there. It smells like clove cigarettes.
Uh,
It is the pretentious film majors like outside the theater.
Not What is there was some crosstalk. What did you guys say? Nosferatu?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
the 1922 one, not the Herzog remake.
The one where the vampire actually looks creepy. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are all together. You know, Michael's in the back, banging out the script for his next interview, hopeful interview. And Chloe is, you know, checking the forums to try and see if anything that any of their current research has been updated or any new things have come up. And Grish and Renew are both watching this movie that has come up on late night TV. I'm not sure if either of you need to sleep, so maybe this is what you do when you're supposed to be sleeping. And you're watching it, and the bug-eyed, sallow face of the vampire Nosferatu turns towards the screen and walks towards you. And if I remember right, Nosferatu is a silent film. And so you feel like it's been a long he's just staring directly at you, Renew, and you feel like it's been a long time since there's been a I don't know what they're called, like a voice card or a script card popped up on the screen, and you see that Nosferatu actually bends over out of frame and then holds up a sign that just says Shelbyville, kind of like Wile E. Coyote does. And you look to the right, and Grish hasn't reacted to this at all.
Shelbyville.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't think it rings a bell. So I would ask Grish, Shelbyville. Is that nearby?
As you're asking Grish this question, Renew, you actually see the hero of Nosferatu come on screen with a axe and actually start hacking into the back of Nosferatu. And this movie came out in like what, 29 or something like that. There is a lot more blood than should be feasible for a silent film of that era. Just like you're like, wow, this is some Evil Dead level gore coming out of this guy. And then the guy actually Nosferatu's the actor looks up, and actually his head gets entirely decapitated brutally by this axe from the hero. And the movie's only been playing for about 30 or 45 minutes. It's nowhere near done. And again, Grish, no reaction.
This is the kind of thing where it is very unnerving. I would try to grab the remote and turn it off or change the channel.
Grish, you have no idea why they would do this.
Did Grish see the Shelbyville, or was that just?
That was only Renew. You were just watching the movie. You were just watching this movie.
Watching the normal movie.
Normal, you know, it's one of the classics.
All right, so I'm changing the channel. I find it horrifying and want to turn it off. Grish, what do you think?
Grish would ask, why did you turn it off?
It was horrifying. It was like watching being destroyed, murdered in front of us.
The vampire's demise is the last scene of the film. We haven't gotten there yet.
No, it was happening right there. It felt so real, like being pulled apart at the seams.
Chloe like looks up from the laptop, I guess, that they're on, before turning back to it and muttering about the shitty Wi-Fi in the van.
I think Michael's gonna look up a bit and go, well, alternate TV channels saying something other than what they're showing is a pretty, how do I say this, apt sign for concurring supernatural events. So maybe you might be onto something. Was it? Krish, did you see that?
I didn't see anything but the regular movie.
Huh. What? Was it like a message, uh, or was it just like spooky stuff? You know, like in The Ring, where it's just like a bunch of stuff happening that's not really related.
It it said the word Shelbyville. I, the name, it doesn't sound familiar to me, but is that
Shelbyville.
around here or back at home?
Chloe, can you? Chloe,
Does
can you
what
look
does
that up
Chloe
real quick?
does Chloe know something about Shelbyville already, or
No, you guys can Google it though.
yeah, Chloe does that. She
Yeah.
search bar.
Yeah, so Shelbyville is a town that is about 3 hours north of you. It's in Maine. It's a small town that runs mostly on tourism and lobsters.
Lobster tourism.
Lobster tourism, yes.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You go up to like any small town in Maine is gonna have some lobster.
For sure. Lobsters, timber, and tourism. That's all you can do in Maine.
Is that
And
near
blueberries.
where we're looking for these kids, right? That's
You guys,
why we're
you guys don't know anything about the cold open.
Ah, I want
Yeah, so
to-
I guess I relay that, like, hey, yeah, there's
like
a
the
town
openings
like
in-
3 hours north of here. So
Chloe,
weird.
Chloe, as you're Googling it, one of the first things that pops up is a small town newspaper, the Shelbyville Gazette. Says two high schoolers brutally brutally killed in bizarre murder spree.
And that's like that happened like today.
Yesterday, yeah.
You guys,
Yeah.
there was like a double murder in Shelbyville just yesterday.
Ooh.
I
no.
jumped down to lay down beside her and like grab the laptop and kind of wrench it out of her arms to like
Hey, what?
stare at it. Like it's exactly like in the movie. Brutal decapitation. It's all there.
The vampire isn't decapitated though.
I know what I saw.
Huh. Well, whatever it is. See, we don't really have anything else going on. So, what do we do when we see something bizarre? We look into it. It's not too far away. We can probably go there.
Listen, I don't have gas
Mhm.
money.
I'm.
I only work 2 shifts
Listen.
at the cafe this week.
Listen,
I can front
my
the gas money.
AdSense got repealed again, so I don't really have gas money either. But maybe we can ask a nice person there. You know?
I swear to God, if you guys don't take this plot hook because you're out of gas money, I'm going to scream.
I can
we can
provide the
make
gas
next.
money.
Yay! Can we get snack?
Helping bring the
only-
parents to closure is its own reward.
It's a 3-hour drive, and we haven't eaten since before the movie.
We can get gas station snacks because those
Yay.
are cheap.
All right.
My freelance money is not bottomless.
I think I have like what $3 left over for like some Pringles. We can
Chloe
probably
loves
get
trash food.
either way. I think we'll probably not get anything tonight. We're kind of far out, and I don't think we should order pizza from 3 hours away, even if we did have the money for it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's
turn
go.
in this script as just. Ugh. I swear this better be good. Need something for next month, or it's gonna be like empty hallways again. Either way.
Well,
Ugh,
I don't know much about ghosts, Michael, but if a double murder doesn't cause them to show up, then
right. Especially grisly murders, but we shouldn't try to sensationalize it. I'm running an honest business here. I'm I'm a ghost hunter, not a
in
ghost.
in my mind, Patrick, the
Mm-hmm.
scene pans away on the image of the laptop and like the scene from like the newspaper headline.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I want us to roleplay exactly what happens at the
To-
gas station and the second gas
It's
station because you
everybody's
don't get enough
go-to.
first. Yeah.
I'm a really big fan of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Do you guys get peach rings, or do you get watermelon cream, or
Bright crawlers.
yeah?
Michael gets plain water.
I was joking. We don't have to roleplay the gas station. Okay, so you guys go there. You know, your van requires like a sharp smack to the dashboard before it starts up, and you are on your way. The lights and the machines in the back are whirring and blinking, and you drive a couple hours north. It was late at night when you left, and so you guys may have to either find another motel or sleep in the van that evening. But whatever you chose to do, it is now morning, and you are in Shelbyville, Maine. And let's see, what is the first thing you guys do or look for as you roll into town?
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy. Okay, so it sounds like you guys want to go to the diner, or do you want to make it yourself?
I mean, I think Chloe would not stop pestering Michael until she's able to get like some diner coffee.
How close is Shelbyville to the coast?
It's on the coast.
It's on the coast.
It's a
okay.
lobster town.
Okay, right, of course.
Yeah.
I want to find somewhere that has like a cork board, or I guess the diner has a TV in it or something,
Sure.
to see if we can find any leads. That's my primary concern.
For sure. Okay. So, so you guys are going into town, and you find that there is there's an IHOP, but it's closed. And there is also a diner called the Melting Pot, which is near the highway. And you pull into the gravel parking lot of the Melting Pot, and you go inside, and you see that they've probably been open maybe about an hour. It's about 6:30 or 7 when you pull in. So they've getting ready for the morning crowd to go out and launch their boats and catch the bounty of the sea, which requires you to leave very early in the morning in order to do that. And there's some people in there that are regulars. There's some people in there with their flannel shirts and their trucker hats pulled over their head. They're drinking their coffees and they're having their hash browns and sausages. And occasionally there's an order of flapjacks that comes out of the kitchen. And there is a, let's see if I can introduce anyone. Yeah, and you see that there's a waitress that's walking around taking people's orders. She's wearing a white apron over a yellow dress. She looks very tired and like she wants a cigarette. And there's a couple of open tables.
Alright, well, seems like there's a lot of people here.
Chloe, is really hesitant at the crowd and having second thoughts.
It's not too many people. It's not
hey,
too many
come
people.
on.
It's probably like 5 or 6 customers plus the waitress.
Oh,
Pick a
gotcha.
table near the window, maybe one of those like roundabout booths,
Sure.
something where we can all fit around.
Yeah, there's a 5 top. Yeah.
Chloe tries to get a seat that definitely faces away from as many people in the establishment as possible.
Okay.
I think Michael is going to do the exact opposite and take the seat that lets him see the most amount of people.
Holden Court.
Renew is sitting and kind of like idly staring out the window, watching people walk by or just looking to see if anybody's doing anything interesting outside.
For sure. Yeah. You see somebody gets up and leaves and takes their coffee in their travel mug and heads out in their red pickup truck out of the parking lot.
See.
Yeah. All right. And so you see the
I guess
waitress
we
comes
should-
up. The waitress's name. The waitress goes, "All right, fellas. What'll it be for you this morning?" She clicks her pen and gets ready to write down your order.
Can I get like a whole lobster? Is it too early for that?
Ma'am, it is 6:30 in the morning. We are not cooking you a whole damn lobster.
Okay. So I asked. Why I asked?
Say that again. I didn't catch it.
So,
I just said it's why I asked.
Oh, that's why you asked. Okay.
She'll just go out
I'll
and catch one on her own later.
Chloe like meekly speaks up like, "Can I get a coffee and sausage biscuit gravy, please?"
Coffee, sausage, biscuit, gravy. All right, there, sugar. Yeah.
I'll have a what are these? Oh yeah, the waffles. Can I have them medium rare, please?
I'll see what our cook can do. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm losing it. I don't know why.
It's because we're funny and good role players, River.
Oh,
And what about you, Renew?
Coffee, black. And then just goes back to stare out the window.
Easy order. Okay, well, I'll get those in for you. It'll be about 15, 20 minutes. Does anybody else want anything to drink? You look like a plain water kind of guy.
No. Aw, that's
I'll
sweet.
take a
Thanks.
plain water.
All right, waters. What about for you, sweetheart? She gestures to you, Chloe.
I was gonna get sausage biscuits gravy and coffee.
Coffee, that's right. I wrote that down even. All right, well, I'll be right back with your drinks.
All right.
And she bustles
Thanks
off.
a lot.
Yeah.
Chloe is more embarrassed than the waitress about the double order. I thought it was ordered and I had to order it again. In her head.
Chloe, it's fine. Listen, breakfast is really nice, but we should remember the reason we're here. We're trying to get the scoop. So, I was
Wait,
thinking...
Michael, listen, look
Yeah?
at the TV.
Oh, what's going on?
It is the morning
Are there
news
any
time.
news channels on?
Yeah, it is morning. It is local news, local broadcast news.
Mhm.
And as you're watching, it is on silent, yeah, but you can see they have the subtitles turned on. And you can see that they are talking about really the biggest story of the last 5 years in this place is the murder of the 2 high school students. And it says, teens Angelica Summer and Everett Card were found in a cabin an hour outside of Shelbyville. In a gruesome scene, it was discovered that they were both murdered with separate weapons, and but it's unclear the identity of the killer as the doors were all locked from the inside, and no weapons were found. Authorities are begging people for any tips that could lead to the justice for the family of Miss Summers and Mr. Everett.
So they mainly wear high schoolers, huh?
How do we just?
Have...
I kind of want to make a move.
What are you thinking?
Well, with her back to like the rest of the diner, as much as the diner as possible. They're trying to listen into any small talk like about it.
Okay. So I listening and eavesdropping definitely could work. What kind of move were you thinking? Are you thinking a basic move or your character?
Yeah, it'd be a basic move. I don't think my character loadout right now really is appropriate.
For sure. So it sounds like investigate a mystery to me.
Yeah, that would be it.
Okay. So roll 2d6 and add sharp.
Okay. So I do have a d6 in front of me. I don't have another set, so let me roll this twice.
There is a dice spot in the server.
Yeah, let me do that.
Or you can use a real dice. I don't care.
I'll do it where everybody can see the result.
Okay. It's the high roll.
That in the... Okay, thank you.
It's in high rollers, yeah. And it's /R. Or /roll, excuse me.
And I add my sharp to that, so that's 11.
An 11, okay. So a 10 plus, you hold 2. You can ask 2 questions.
Was there any history?
2 questions from the list.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's in the Hunter reference sheet.
Yeah.
I see it now. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask, where did it go?
Where did it go? Okay. And your other question?
You can hold it for later, right?
You can.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would like to do that. Hold it for later.
Okay, so keep that in mind. I'll do my best to remember, but I've been known to forget. Okay, so your question was, where did it go? Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so you are doing your best to eavesdrop, right? You're staring out the window. You're sipping on your glass of water as quietly as you can. Your ears are sharp and eager listening to it, and you hear somebody behind you go, I'm telling you, it just straight up disappeared in front of me. I don't understand it. They're like, Amor, come on. Yeah, you know that there's all sorts of shapes and stuff in the woods. You can't trust it after hours. You sure you weren't drinking? And Amor goes, no, yes, I know what I saw. I've been in those woods since I was a child, and I've never seen something like this before. He was 10 feet tall if he was an inch, and he was carrying a giant axe behind him. And that face, I won't forget that face. I stood there. I just stood there and I couldn't move. First time I've ever been scared of anything, really. And the thing looked at me and walked behind a tree and then just disappeared. I haven't been back to the woods since. But Amor, how are you gonna do your job? And Amor's like, I'm gonna find a new job. I'm not going back there again. And the other guy goes, you need to lay off the drink. You need to not drink on the job, buddy. We've talked about this. I know there's not much to do out there. You have low quotas. You can't be filling the time with whiskey.
That's really nice of a boss to take his, fuck his incompetent employee out for breakfast to just chide him.
It's a small town.
Well, I relay that like who's right next to Chloe?
Michael, I think.
Or me, maybe.
I'm sitting across.
I'll probably just say to I'll probably
And yeah, probably Grish
tap the table with
or
my
Renee.
fork. Like, did you guys hear that? So Grish would probably hear me then, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that? Like,
No.
that dude just said he saw something kind of coming from where the place happened, I think. A big creature. You didn't hear that? No, I mean he's like drunk, but like, isn't that kind of weird? The same night?
Yeah, maybe our next order of business would be to check out the woods.
Of course, we need to check the crime scene. After we check
Or
out the
we could
cat,
talk to the
maybe we
parents.
should either talk to the parents or what day of the week is it again?
Tuesday.
Summer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's summer.
Huh. Oh, summer vacation. If we catch any teens out, we'll ask about them, but probably look for the parents after the crime scene.
All right.
Either way, we have a game plan.
I like it.
Okay.
All right. I'm guessing we probably, unless we have anything else to do, we'd probably finish up on our food and start heading out.
Okay. The waitress comes back with your food, and it looks very tasty and greasy.
Nom nom nom.
Yes, delicious. And yeah, you guys pay your check, and anything else you guys want to do in the diner?
I tip 20%.
Yes,
Very
perfect.
good.
Just what you're supposed to do. Always tip at least 20%, folks.
Or really, I think Grish is the one tipping 20%.
Oh, now listen, I should state this. Chloe is sympathetic to restaurant workers, having worked. So like they might not have money to throw into the gas tank, but if they're getting diner coffee and biscuits and gravy, they will make sure they tip their waitress.
Fantastic.
Good priorities.
Where are you guys headed?
And while everyone was eating, maybe Grish slipped out and took a dip to have a lobster for breakfast.
Oh, you're going to go swim and find a lobster?
That was the plan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what?
As a siren, I guess you can totally do that. Yeah.
You want me to roll anything for that, or
No, I think that's fine.
okay?
Let's see. Yeah, I think that's yeah, I think as you are you slip out and you're slithering through the woods, and you I'm assuming you're in your monster's form if you think you're trying to get ready to go hunting.
Yes.
And you hear in front of you the sound of 3 or 4 men talking and just sort of walking around the woods. And you... Yeah, what do you do?
I think I am just going to find a place to hunker to like avoid them and let them pass me by. I'm not like looking for an interaction. I'm just gonna stay still.
Sure.
Um,
So, excuse me. As you're doing it, as you're hiding, you see 3 policemen traipsing through the wood, and they're going, "Another one dead? It's been less than 24 hours." And he goes, "Oh, this is, you hear about this every once in a while in small towns. Somebody rolls into town and just starts killing, and just gotta find them before they kill again, and we just haven't done that yet. So we need to step it up." And as you're watching them go back and forth about all their grand plans to do this thing they're not going to do, you see behind them that there is a young man, a young high school age white boy that is impaled to a tree with a crossbow bolt through his neck. The blood is seeped down through his varsity letter jacket, staining the yellow letter A red.
Are they our rivals?
The cops?
No, I was making a joke about like the high school jacket, but then I remembered we're in college, so that's beneath us.
Surprisingly enough, the college is the sports are low enough that you play against high school leagues.
Just that bad.
And that's just the liberal arts universities of New England.
Exactly. So, Grish, what do you do?
Well, first off, I think it is. She has to fight down an urge not to have like single out one of those policemen for a snack because a cab.
That's fair.
But I think I don't think she would move forward until like the cops had like left the area.
Is this an active crime scene with somebody that has been grisly murdered?
Well, I
You're not going to leave
think
for a long
like
time.
when not like the full area, but like to the point where like she can like they're like she's no like her hiding spot is no longer in their direct line of sight.
You're waiting for an opportunity to pass them.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. All right. Yeah.
Sprout. Is this a curse of feeding?
Oh
yeah, we forgot to ask about your curse, Grish.
My curse is vulnerability. And her vulnerability is like I think iron because that feels like a very like classic like kind of fey repellent metal.
Write that down.
Cold iron.
Darn.
Oh, I think we lost.
It's not.
Oh, here's over.
I accidentally clicked one thing and it just took me out.
That's the way.
Okay. I think if Grish were in like her human form, she might try to snoop, but like definitely not in her monstrous form. That's not a risk that she wants to take, particularly in a situation where there is something supernatural doing murders.
For sure. Okay, so you see the opportunity to go through and to sort of bypass the cops, and you continue. Do you continue on your way, or do you want to try and like investigate the crime scene on your own? Those lobsters are calling you.
Yeah, the lobsters. I think the lobsters are calling me. She's gonna get breakfast. But like, she can definitely take a note of where this crime scene was to like, so that maybe the group can return to it later.
Okay, cool. So as you leave the woods and approach the water line, you actually see that there are some squirrels that are crossing the street and climbing buildings. Kind of like if if there was like a gunshot, the animals would like flee the woods into areas they wouldn't, but you don't hear anything.
So all seems normal, more or less, in the woods.
Except for the squirrels are, crossing the street the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I just misunderstood what you meant.
Sure. So yeah, you dive into the cold main waters of the Atlantic, and you are swimming around, and you find a lobster trap that somebody had left, and it's got a very plump looking dark lobster in it, and the lobster looks up at you, and just seems
I
to
flash my very sharp teeth.
Yeah. The lobster looks pleading at you. Please let me out, please.
And I do open the lobster trap, but I am also going to just eat the lobster. This is not the rescue this lobster was hoping for.
It's delicious. This lobster is absolutely delicious.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a little pseudo cannibalism.
Exactly. It's been raised and nurtured in the cold northern Atlantic waters on only the best things that lobsters eat. Okay, now
and then I would return, leave the water, turn back into human, return to diner.
Okay.
And relay the information that I discovered while in the woods.
You had a really early swim today. I'm assuming you're like dripping wet.
Yeah, I'm not dripping. Like, my clothing is dry. My hair is very wet.
Gotcha.
You seem to be really damp.
Well, that leads us to the question: the first crime scene or the second crime scene?
Well, I mean, the second crime scene might be like on the way to the first, just based on like proximity.
Let's go to one.
Say that again, River.
Let's go to the fresh one. Come on, guys.
I mean, there were still cops there last I saw. So it's a question of,
we gotta
like,
get there before they fuck it up. We know cops are gonna fuck it up.
Fair. We do have a reporter with us.
This is true.
Well, not legally, but I sure have a tape recorder.
What does a legal journalist look like?
Okay, so I think
they have a fedora.
I think that the move in between the playbooks has a slightly different name, because in the playbook that the updated playbook set that I have, the move that is, I think I'm a reporter for you, is press accredited in mine.
Oh.
So I think that actually implies that, like, you are an accredited reporter.
Okay.
I sure do have a verified YouTube channel.
I mean, technically, InfoWars had White House press credentials.
Ugh. Big oof.
All right.
By the way, yeah.
Well, let's go bully some cops then.
All right. Gonna head out, down the glass of water, which has been slowly sipping, and gonna almost spit it out because it was far too much for him, but then move on.
So as you guys are traveling down the road towards the woods where this tragic life was cut short, you see, well, rather you don't see any cops. You see their cars, but you come up around the bend. You see their cars. You see the crime scene with the boy with the crossbow bolt in his throat. And then you look down and you see just the bloody pulp of two cops on the ground.
But-
The only reason you know they're cops is because the clothing is still there.
So
It appears
you
they were,
mentioned that-
and next to them are their batons.
You didn't mention that there were dead cops too.
They weren't dead when I went through. There were 3
Oh, no, we
alive
have-
cops.
Oh no, we have an active thing going on. Okay, how long?
How about their guns?
Oh,
Their guns are still there.
Okay.
hmm.
Not even fired or removed from their holsters?
One of them
Is
has one of them. One of the guns has been on the ground. One of the guns is on the ground in front of you, and you pick it up and you see that there's been a shot
Don't
fired.
pick it up.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, okay? It's on the ground in front of you. You can investigate it if you want.
Don't pick it up.
Do you pick up the gun?
Just okay. I'm smelling. Do I smell gunpowder?
Ah, okay. I had to think about what you're saying. You get down. You don't touch the gun, but you get close and you give it a sniff, and yeah, it smells like gunpowder, and it's a little bit of heat coming off the barrel.
I
This is
think
kind of fresh, guys.
I
This
am
is
going
very
to take a defensive position. I'm going to move like away from the police car and start looking around. Basically, I'm trying to read a bad situation. I'm trying to see if there's any hints of somebody of anything around that might be dangerous.
Okay, sure. So roll plus sharp. So that's 2d6 plus your sharp skill, and then you can, depending on how well you roll, you can pick from the questions on the reference sheet.
That'd be a 9.
A 9. All right. So you can pick one. You can ask it now, or you can ask it later.
Oh, I see. Hold on.
Yeah, bottom right of the first page.
It's got to be. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Well, yeah, you haven't seen what's been doing this.
I guess. Are they? Is that danger around us? Is it nearby?
Ah, that's a great question. It can't have gone far.
all right.
You guys hear sirens in the
we-
distance.
All right, we need to. I don't think we have much time. Hold on, let me just. And I think very quickly, Michael is gonna snap some pictures. He's gonna shove the camera into Grisha's face. Okay, start recording. Start recording.
Oh, yeah, and I definitely get on the recording the scene, taking a panoramic just view of the area to just
Right.
Chloe and Michael, have you guys ever seen dead bodies before, or brutalized piles of
I'll
mush that
say-
used to be humans?
I'll say Michael has seen. He's gone to mortuaries before. He's seen the cleaned dead people who are barely decomposing. He has not seen much like this. He's feeling a bit sick, but he is also feeling a bit hyped because this is ooh, this is big. This is an active case. This isn't something that happened a long time ago.
For sure. Chloe? Chloe, are you there?
I apologize. I'm taking notes.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm sorry. Can you recap the last 15 seconds?
Has
Have you ever seen a dead
has
body before?
Chloe
Chloe has not seen one in person. No, this would be their first to see these bodies.
Hell of a way to see your first dead body.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, is there any, I don't know, a vibe? Let me think of an action here.
Well, what are your
Either
like
way.
specialty moves?
So I don't have any that would be applicable for this right now. I don't think. I have you know, yeah, nothing really that fits right here. If the cops had been alive, I was going to use some of my moves to schmooze them, or rather not schmooze them, but bewilder them.
A little late for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, a little late for that. So I'm kind of probably freaking out a little bit right now, guys. Looking at the gory
Alright.
scene.
I
Alright.
think as
Um,
Grish is like kind of like one hand on the camera, like panning around the scene. She's also kind of just like, because I'm assuming like as we hear the sirens, we don't want to be seen at the scene of the crime.
That is your
Right.
choice as players.
I feel like
I mean,
Renewal is trying to like get everybody else off, away from, like, get what footage you can, and then we got to go.
Yeah, that was the vibe I was getting. So I think I'm like kind of sort of ushering Chloe, who might be a little. I don't want to speak for you, but like.
I'm definitely kind of in shock. Not like literal shock, but like, yeah.
Kind of frozen in place a little bit.
Hey, Chloe, I'm going to need you to act under pressure for me.
Okay.
2d6 plus cool.
That's cool. So minus.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Need a new mouse.
Oh,
This is
no.
bad. This is very bad.
Oh no.
So
I'm about to get barbed, aren't I?
Yeah.
I was going to
Go ahead, Thomas.
maybe help out, but like a help out isn't gonna help that.
Yeah. You actually are locked in place, Chloe. The scene before you is quite grisly. You've read about death before. In your studies of the occult, you've definitely sort of thought about death in the abstract, and as far as rituals are concerned, or the outcomes of spells gone wrong, and just sort of your general part of the American zeitgeist. Death has never been far off, but this is the first time you have been confronted with it at all, as well as in such a grisly manner. And so you are, your brain goes into standby, and you just sort of stand there and stare at the two piles of what used to be policemen.
Yeah. You folks have seen Chloe's eyes. They're kind of wild in general, but like they are more frantic than you've ever seen them in this moment.
All right. I think Michael's gonna look up from like snapping pictures of the bodies. Oh, all right. So are we gonna head somewhere safe, or are we gonna keep this going?
I think we head somewhere safe, and I am like.
Back to the van, I say.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Into the woods.
Through the woods? I don't know if we should go through the woods. We can just. Oh,
Alright.
what?
Alright, the van, let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
We start heading to the
And
van.
I am like pulling at Chloe to move her like along the route back.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I'm moving, but like not really seeing, just kind of like being guided.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah, you guys make it back to the van, and Michael smacks the dashboard. The van roars to life, and you guys hightail it. And as you drive, you pass two police cruisers, with their lights blaring, and they skid to a stop behind you.
Oh no.
They haven't pulled you over.
Alright,
They appear to be at the crime scene.
Yeah, they
All right.
passed us. We're leaving. They passed us. We're moving. They stopped.
I think Michael is gonna try and find like a good spot for parking that's like sort of exposed, out in the open.
Roll for
Like,
parking.
We can try.
Roll for what?
Roll for parking.
Ooh. Let's see how good I park. I'll roll plus cool,
Okay.
which is my cool is at 0, so it's just roll 2d6.
Hey.
Hey,
Ooh.
so you actually find a abandoned antique store that's on the road, and you pull in, and you actually do an Akira slide right into a parking spot.
Okay, alright. So, something's going on here. We have the footage. You guys, hold on real quick, I'm gonna look over this.
And
I'm
like
gonna, can I have the camera real quick?
I give him the
The killing
camera that I
of
was using.
actor.
GM, may I cash in on my part 2 of the investigate a mystery from earlier?
For sure.
So I'm kind of like Chloe's still catatonic in the van as it parks, and like they're not hearing any, like Michael's murmuring is kind of affording them a peace, but they're not listening to what they're saying, but they're just used to hearing them prattle on and stuff. And but they're kind of refocusing their thoughts. And I guess my second question would be, what sort of creature is it? Like, does Chloe know now, like, that this lines up with like like just based on the visceral like scene and all of what they've kind of peripherally researched?
Roll plus weird for me.
Okay, dokie. It's so that's for investigate a mystery.
No, I know.
Oh, excuse me.
I know what you're doing.
Roll plus. Sorry.
Yeah.
So 2d6 plus weird.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
As this happens, concurrently, as Michael looks over the footage, he's gonna do his move. Oh,
Rolling high tonight. Baby's getting their new pair of shoes. What are you doing, Michael?
Oh,
Michael is
don't. I was gonna say real quick. What if you miss? Don't forget to mark XP.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot. That is totally correct, Thomas. I forgot to mention that. If you roll below a 7 ever, you get experience. That is the only way you can get experience in this game, is by fucking up.
And once you level up, once you hit like 5 experience.
Yeah, it happens not infrequently. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going, Michael.
Michael is gonna use the move. We'll fix it in post by scrubbing through the footage.
Sure.
Or he can investigate in the safety of the van.
All right. Roll plus sharp.
That's such a good move.
Yeah.
It is.
It's almost enough to like that. That's like a playbook defining move right there.
Yeah, it's weird that it's optional. Ooh, plus 10.
Plus 10. 2 questions. Okay.
2 questions.
So let me resolve Chloe's thing first. So Chloe, you are thinking, well, you are catatonic for a while, and your brain is doing a lot of processing as it's catatonic, and you come to the realization Your question was, what sort of creature is it? Is that right?
Yeah.
You come to the realization that no being of the material plane could do this. This has to be something supernatural. It has to be something that has powers beyond comprehension, beyond that of a mortal man. You're dealing with something magic.
And they don't know how to verbalize that, so catatonic they shall remain.
Magic,
I
magic, magic,
think-
magic, magic.
So,
I think Grish is also is trying to be helpful, but kind of not being helpful in the if they were only cops. Cops are barely people.
I like how ACAB Grish is. This is a good vibe.
yeah.
I
So,
am mostly torn between two emotions. I want to be here protecting everybody, but I also want to be out there fixing this as soon as possible. Like I'm kind of itching to be like, we need to stop this as soon as possible. It's accelerating. It killed 2 people and then it killed 1 person right after. It's killed 2 more. It's just going to keep going. We need to be out there now.
Sounds like you have a little bit of Superman Superman syndrome there, Renew. You can't be everywhere at once.
yeah, I got it. Just let me hold on, and I'm gonna pause the video at a very specific point and try to refocus, and I'm gonna spend one to ask, what happened here?
So, some cops died. That's what happened here. You see that you freeze the frame. You freeze the frame on a clear image of the crime scene as a whole. It has a good view of the sort of the shoulder where the shoulder of the highway where it took place, as well as the woods behind it. You can see the high schooler with the bolt through its neck, as well as the pile of what used to be cops. And the cops' batons are lying on the ground next to them, and the cops' batons are very badly damaged. It appears that they were beaten with their own weapons. Yeah.
And from that, I'm gonna ask, trying to wonder whether or not this would actually give a good answer. You know what? Sure. I'm going to ask the non-obvious question, which is, instead of asking what the creature is, I'm going to ask, what was it going to do?
What was it going to do? That's a great question. What was the creature going to do? So, the high schooler on the tree very much seems intentional. It seems almost posed, right? The bolt through the neck, leaning against the tree, the jacket arranged just so. It very much seems like it was something like out of a movie. But the cops, this seems to be almost. There doesn't seem to be any planning with how they were arranged. They are overlapping with each other. It doesn't seem like you can't tell directly what the murder weapons were. You needed to really look and see what was going on there before you could piece it together. So it seems that they were not killed as part of whatever the killer was planning. What's it going to do? And you can actually see that there were boot prints that left boot prints in the boot prints of blood that actually leave the scene and go towards town.
All right. So either we have 2 murderers, which is not great, or there's some sort of thing going on here. There seems to be a theme of very obvious murders so far, you know? very specific weapons really laid out. But these cops, I don't feel like this was planned. Either this was like some sort of impulsive decision or this was unrelated. I'd hesitate to say that, but
I think this is when Chloe kind of like screams a little bit, like, it wasn't from here.
Wasn't from
Of course it
Shelby?
weren't. Of course it wasn't planned. Did you see those bodies?
yeah.
No grizzly bear or a freak lobster could do that.
And I think
Don't-
Grish kind of just goes reflexively, "Hey."
Either way, whatever this is definitely some sort of, maybe it was a distraction or maybe it was just showing off. Whatever it is, there's footprints leading into the forest.
Oh no, they go towards town.
There's footprints leading into town. We need to be on the lookout. Okay, gang. Time to find the serial murderer. Spot the serial murderer, guys. I'm gonna shut the laptop, jump back into the driver's seat, and going to try and look around. Can I try and read a bad situation as well?
Sure.
I'm gonna roll plus sharp, which is +1.
Okay.
As you're driving around, you're looking.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I also like kind of want to be scanning like out the van windows because like
Okay.
Chloe is head down over the closed laptop, just laying on top of it.
Yeah, roll and hide at night, Michael. All right. Yeah. So Chloe is still working their way back to the real world. So you are reading a bad situation.
I am.
And you got a 10. You get to pick 2.
Yeah.
Oh no, you pick 3.
3. I'm gonna spend 1 right now, which is what's no, I'm not gonna ask what's the biggest threat yet.
I will actually
what's the
mention
best-
that read a bad situation is you're using it appropriately now. It is intended to be used during combat. Or during like or like during the house is on fire. What do I do?
All right.
Yeah.
Is this all right then?
Yeah, you can still pick from
Well,
there.
I definitely think you
Alright.
could argue that like we know
is-
that this monster has headed into town. Therefore, like
Yeah.
if we are going back into a town, we are on high alert.
Yeah, you don't need to like
I'm gonna
convince me to use this one. It's fine.
What's the best way to protect the victims?
What's the best way to protect the victims? Okay. What is the best way to protect the victims?
This is like victims being the town in general.
Yeah, so thanks, River. I don't mean this as a cop-out or because I don't have an answer for you. The best way to protect it is to get rid of this thing.
Okay.
All
So
right.
I would like to like use magic as we like get into like the more like populated part of town.
Okay.
And I kind of want to like would it make sense? I feel like what okay.
What do you think?
What I want to do is kind of like put out like magical feelers
Okay.
to try to find like traces of other magic that has happened around town.
For sure. Yeah, you can definitely do that. You could say you're detecting magic.
Yes, I'm using magic to detect magic.
Yeah. So, for sure.
Okay, let's see.
Roll plus weird. And then I want to check in with Renew, because Renew, I haven't heard from you in a minute. I wanted to see what your character's doing. Well, let's wrap up with Thomas first.
Okay.
Hot damn! 14. Okay,
Nice.
so, no glitches needed. What does it look like when you cast a magic spell, Grish?
I think in this case, like, it kind of looks like sea foam coming off me in like tendrils that like snake out.
Okay.
Because like I'm looking for something. I think if you're not like attuned to magic, you don't see it. But for those who are, like, it's like sea foamy tendrils kind of like scanning the area around me.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So, your eyes roll back in your head. Your perfect eyes roll back in your perfect head, and you start foaming. There's foam that actually comes out of your, and this you can also always correct me if when I'm describing things that your characters do.
I mean, I feel like it kind of just like kind of seeps out of my pores.
Right. Yeah. So you look really sweaty for half a second, and then you get covered in foam. And then the foam comes out of the moving car, and like a slime mold looking for its first meal in a maze, it starts like probing left, right, up, down, and it almost like you've done this before in your previous experiences. It usually needs a moment or two to find the magic that it's looking for. It knew immediately right now, or this time, it knew immediately where to go. And you have a beeline to a strong source of magic. It happens to be where the car's going.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I am going to like give that direction to follow the trail of my foam.
You and Renew are the only ones that can see it.
Okay, yeah. That was why I was like, since Michael was driving, I'm like, okay, we're following this path.
Mm-hmm. So you don't like turn right here and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to check in. Oh,
just-
go ahead, Michael. Sorry.
Yeah, just very quickly, Michael's gonna go, okay, whatever this is, it seems like the only way to stop this is to get rid of it, which, even for academic integrity, I would have liked to, like, keep it at least in captivity, but I don't think we can do that in this situation. So, if any, thank you for the help. Yeah, Renew, what's going on with you?
Yeah.
So once Grish's magic sort of shows that it's nearby and we're driving right to it, basically I'm going to peek my head out of the window and sort of grab the side of the van and say, "This is what I'm here for."
I love that image.
So,
All right. We've been playing for 2 hours. So let's go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break because I need to use the little DM's room, and we'll come back at the top of the hour.
Sounds great.
See you in a few.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, welcome back. Okay, so last we spoke a few minutes ago, we had decided to head towards town following a magical beacon that Grish had discovered.
Yep.
Playbook is very tightly oriented towards destroying things. So we are now going to find the thing and destroy it. So that is my wheelhouse.
Ooh.
All right.
Good, because I only because Michael only has like a dinky pocket knife. Not even a pocket knife; it's a multi-tool.
He's got a
I
Swiss Army
have
knife.
teeth and claws.
All right.
God help us, literally.
All right. So, uh, so you guys follow this path that the Grish's foam has laid out, and it leads directly to a small house, a small 2-story house. It's a white vinyl siding. It's got a little red mailbox out front. It's in a row of houses. This is definitely like a residential part of town. And your foam gets very thick and noticeable and goes right into the house.
All right.
There's a big red pickup truck in the driveway with a Trump bumper sticker on it. And
What
yeah.
I thought as soon as you said it, I was heading back to town. My thoughts went to that red pickup truck. You said left the diner.
That sounds
Oh,
familiar.
this pickup truck is blue. It's a different one.
Oh, okay.
I forgot I already talked about a red pickup truck.
Right. Okay, well, I'm going to dismiss the foam now that we know where it is. It's just gonna melt away.
Okay.
Very hesitantly pushes the camera into Grish's hands. All right, whatever happens, if any of us die, I promise.
Are we just going in to attack with no plan?
That's about what I was
Hold
thinking.
on just a second. I'm gonna spend one. Do I still have hold?
You rolled really, really well, so.
Yeah.
What's our best way in?
Through the front door.
All right.
There are definitely people home.
Mm-hmm.
So the easiest way in would probably be through the front door, but if you wanted to be sneaky about it, you might be able to sneak inside through like a window or something.
Right.
But it is like 8 a.m. on a Tuesday.
We can ring the doorbell.
Yeah, okay. Maybe doing the whole knock knock. We're reporters reporting on crimes that have been going on. We are interviewing townsfolk.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll find that just fine.
It's not
It's reasonable.
More
It's reasonable.
reasonable than sneaking into their basement.
Yeah. All right. Gonna clamber out of the van. Holding tape recorder.
Okay.
Is it only Michael or is anyone else following?
I'm behind you.
And I
Alright.
think I'm gonna come out because of course I have the camera, but I think since Michael has the tape recorder, I'm gonna hang back as in a I'm getting the whole picture kind of way. because I sent out those tendrils, I don't want whatever's in there to clock me as magical.
Is Chloe staying back as well?
That is correct.
All right.
Yeah.
And Renew?
Michael. Renew's following along.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Michael gives a good strong knock on the door. Hello?
All right. Well, you hear footsteps coming you hear light footsteps coming forward. And you see a woman come to the door. She is a white woman with a sharp bob in her hair and light blonde highlights and blonde hair. She has a weak chin and a sharp nose and looks a little confused as to why you are here at 8 a.m. on a Sunday or on a Tuesday.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, madam. I'm here on regard of the, what university do we go to?
What's one new Bard?
Bard.
Yeah, Bard College.
Hi, we're on
School.
behalf of the National Bard University Archival Committee, and we would like to ask you some questions, please.
Some questions? Some questions about what? Why would you want to ask me questions? Why are you here? It's 8:15 on a Tuesday.
We're here to talk about the
8:15 in the morning, sir.
Ma'am,
I am ignoring the conversation and looking behind her.
What was that, Renew?
I'm trying to see if there's anything behind her in the house. I'm sort of scanning, looking past her.
For sure. So you see that there's a TV that's playing Fox News, and a large collection of crosses on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably like 40 of them.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
Michael?
Ma'am, there have been some incidents around town, and we're just here to report.
Yes, I heard about those. I think it's just a shame what those illegals have been doing to the people in our town, and we just need to do something about them.
Ma'am, that's Michael is gonna sort of, start. There. Have you seen anything strange recently in regards to these incidents? Anything in the forest, perhaps? Anything right now?
Anything right now? No, I haven't seen anything in the forest, but there was a new Chinese restaurant that opened up in town a few months ago, and you know what? I just don't trust them. We get all of our electronics from over there, and I think they put some of that in the food, and I've never ordered from there, and neither has my husband, and I definitely don't let my son do that. Is there a reason you're interrupting me?
This is a complete waste of time. I am going to make a roll that I'm certainly going to fail. I want to manipulate her.
I love it when players tell me that.
I want to sort of put a finger in her chest and go, there is something evil in your house, and we need to go in here right now to find the creature or something. You need to come in here and look in your house right now.
All right. I'm going to say you have to manipulate someone.
Okay. So my charm is -1.
All right. Do you have a move that you could use?
Oh, roll.
No. Well,
luck point.
So I have a move of cast out evil, but I don't actually know. It's not in my presence is the issue.
Unfortunately, I would not classify, as much as we may want to, I would not classify Magus Porters as a unnatural creature from your presence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So my plan is just to sort of manipulate her.
Sure.
And if she doesn't do what I ask, then we're gonna do it the hard way.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Mark experience. So you poke your hand into this woman's chest and go, "We need to get into your house right now to find this evil presence." She goes, "Evil presence? Ugh, ugh, evil presence in my house? In my God? Do you see how many crosses I have? Do you think anything evil could even approach this house, whether it be 5G microwaves or whether it be those damn legals? No, I think you need to get away from this house. I don't even know what is your presenting gender?
Female.
Female? Okay. I don't even know what you want to do around here, ma'am, but it is not something that I want you to do on my property. So, if you would kindly take you and your crew of ruffians with their cameras and get out of here.
Ma'am, please, you're implicated in a serious crime. We don't want this to get out of hand.
I'm implicated in a serious crime?
I want to push
glad
her
he
to
was
the side and just kind of stroll into her house.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
I am going to pass the. Okay, I think I'm gonna pass the camera to Chloe for the moment. Is that? Are you okay with that, Chloe?
I thought Chloe was in the car.
I am still in the van.
Okay, you're in the van. Okay.
Chloe's like
I am going.
on Twitter or something.
I'm on the laptop.
Okay, then I'm.
Chloe's like, "Oh, I hope things are going okay in there."
I think I'm going to kind of. But can I intervene before Renew tries to push her way in?
You may certainly try.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have unnatural appeal, which allows me to roll plus weird and fail plus charm when I manipulate someone.
Okay.
And so I'm going to kind of
Were you not in the car as well, Grish?
No, I stepped outside to film and watch the scene.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
So I kind of want to rush up and kind of shove the camera to Renew, and
Okay.
kind of attempt to diffuse and maybe suck up a little bit to this woman whose name I can only assume is Karen.
That's a fair assumption. My name is Shauna.
And she's like, I'm really sorry. Clearly things have gotten a little twisted. We just
Grish, I'm going to interrupt you. I need you to manipulate someone against Renew to stop Renew from barging in.
Yes. So yeah. Okay.
Do you have give me a reason before you roll? Give me a reason why I shouldn't storm in here and find what we're looking for.
Hey, do we have walkie-talkies? Sorry to.
Because well, I think one, I think it would make sense if we did have walkie-talkies. Two, I think my reason is that if we piss them off too much, they'll go on the defensive and it will be harder to gain access later.
I think she's already acting pretty defensive if we want to establish where you're coming from.
True. I mean, until we roll, we're not going to figure out what is working. This could very well still fail. But this is also what Grish do.
So, Grish, do what you do. Do the do that you do.
That I almost rolled a d26. That is not. anything. Nope.
Ooh. That's...
There we go.
A 14.
Dang.
Okay.
Talk about high roller.
I know. So, let's see for another. So, Grish, you get to tell Renew what to do, and they will do what you want them to do, and they get +1 forward, which means Renew on your next roll, you get a +1, whatever that roll is.
And more importantly, if I try not to, I have to act under pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just like, I kind of pass them the camera. I'm like, okay, settle down. We don't need to. This doesn't need to, like. We are reporters. Like, we can't just barge into this
Reporters,
home.
I can't trust you. You're from the mainstream media, the
We
woke
are, okay,
news.
we are
Like
we are reporters, but we are by no means mainstream. We
You're from.
have a niche and underappreciated.
I can see
Well,
why. Because you come from one of those liberal communist universities.
I don't think our school is communist.
Where you go to Bard, right?
It's pretty socialist, yeah.
I was gonna say.
Okay, but socialist isn't communist. But that's not the point. That
What's the difference? You know who else was a socialist? The Nazis.
no, they were fascist.
All right.
In this moment, we are not reporters. We are killers.
What?
Excuse me,
No.
you're what?
We are hunters. We are looking for the thing.
What thing are you
You're
looking for?
here.
You're in my home? There's no things in my home that you need. I'm calling
Ma'am.
the police.
We're
Ma'am, the
leaving.
police are
We're
dead.
leaving. We're leaving.
The police are dead.
We're leaving. Well, 2 policemen died. Yeah,
Two
the
policemen
murderer,
died?
2 policemen
Yes,
died.
and more will if you don't let us into your house. I'm gonna use my move Truthiness.
Okay.
I'm making her think that I do believe that.
So that is fair. She would care a lot about the police.
Mhm.
Okay, so you need to get into my house. This is my house. This is my castle. If my husband wasn't at work right now, you guys would all have a shotgun shell in your chest. And I need to know, the only thing I need to know from you guys is when and where you are going and how fast you will get there. Because I know you want to get in my house, and I know you think you need to get in my house.
Why don't you give us a tour? You mentioned that, your wall of crosses is protective. Like,
Yes, it is. It's quite nice.
if anything is, going on, like, in town that could be dangerous, surely your house is going to be one of the best protected places.
Well, that and my gun.
Well, yes, also that, but, like,
Yes, my house will be well protected. I'm starting to
I
think it
feel
needs
like-
to be
I feel
protected
like I
right
kinda-
now.
stepped on what Michael was trying to do. What were you going for?
Michael? I think Michael is gonna go off to the side very quickly, and if it's possible, to sort of disengage as this conversation happens very slightly,
Sure.
and take out either a phone or a walkie-talkie, depending on our agreed. Do we have walkie-talkies?
Yeah, I
Agreed
think
or
I said that.
disagreed?
Yeah.
Woo! Alright, gonna call in Chloe. Chloe.
What is it? She's staring at the still frozen crime scene image that excuse me, Michael had left on the screen.
Oh, well, Chloe, you're pretty sneaky, right? You're good into getting into places all the time, right?
What is it? I don't want to deal with that weird religious lady.
Well,
I
can
can see the
you...
Jesus in the front lawn. Everywhere.
This
They
is
have
like a
they have
Jesus.
yeah, they have a Jesus in the front lawn, and but the Jesus is like on a cross. They have 3 crosses in their front lawn.
It's a... Yeah, I know. But can you, at the very least, try and get in? Or, you know, this is our
Fine.
best lead. We can't just...
Okay, just tell me where to go.
Alright, so... We can try and distract her, maybe.
We are
I
being
think
very distracting right now.
Yeah, you guys are doing a good job.
I could do
Right.
that because I think Grish is definitely like kind of talking up, like wants to know about this lady's, like, you know, she mentioned like the 5G stuff, like playing into like the conspiracies that this woman is into, you know.
Yeah, you want to
That
get
sort
her
of
going
thing.
on one of her crackpot things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is it like 8 in the morning?
Yeah, it's like 8:30, 8:45.
Well, we woke up at 5. We were very dedicated.
Well, you got into town
To
at
be
like
fair, I don't think we
2.
slept.
Michael, you're definitely most sleep deprived, probably.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why I've been rolling solo.
So I guess I'll go in and what, like, I assume they're having this all in like the foyer or something area.
Oh, they're on the front porch.
Front porch, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've been trying to coax her to like if she's going to let us in at all, like trying to make her feel like she's in control of letting us into her house.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Like-
basically
like-
waiting for her to shut you down completely so I can just storm in and do my thing. I am a cop on the edge.
let me just okay, so I'm trying to think here.
We have a distracted Karen, whose real name I've already forgotten.
God, what is her name? I have it written down.
Something with an S.
Shauna.
Shauna, yeah.
So there, if you want to, there is a open window on the second floor, and a trellis underneath it that seems to be, at one point they used to grow wisteria, but is no longer there.
It wasn't like physical activity. Okay. You want me to climb? Like, okay, excuse me. Back on the radio. All right, what, Michael? What the fuck am I doing? I'm at this window. This thing's gonna break. Like Chloe is short, probably like 5'2", and sturdy too. Not like a little on the thick side in the lower body. Thick legs, thick ass, and not like super agile. But like
All
not
right.
like,
So,
whatever. You wouldn't want to punch
all
from her.
right. Can you open the window?
The window is open.
It's already open, but
Okay.
if I'm gonna fucking break my ankle.
Well, what if you... I don't know. Can you do magic? You could probably do something
Fine.
like that.
And Chloe starts to climb.
Yeah, like...
the magic of heart. Yeah, so you climb up surprisingly easily. It doesn't sound like you've ever had to sneak out of your home before, so this is a first for you. And you get to the top and you hear some heavy metal music playing lightly in the background, and you look inside.
Do I recognize the band?
Yeah, it's what band is it? I definitely know all the heavy metal bands.
Black Dahlia Murder.
Yeah, it's Black Dahlia Murder. And you get to the top and you peek in, and it is a room that's sort of plastered with like homemade heavy metal posters, and there's a poster behind it of there's a poster to Chucky, and there's also a poster to of the first Scream movie, and there's a old CRTV with a VHS player in it that's sitting in the corner, and you also look directly into the eyes of a goth high school student.
Cool.
I want you to roll to act under pressure to keep from being too surprised.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, that's harm is there. It's no wait. Where's act under? Okay, there it is.
It's plus
Right.
cool.
Yep. Okay, -1. Sorry. Fuck.
A 9. You don't lose your grip. You're fine.
Hooray.
The goth kid goes, "Hi. Why are you here?"
Hey, so it's kind of a weird story. Can you pull me up?
No, I want to hear this story first.
Okay, like it's really. I'm coming in, and I just push for.
Okay. Listen, the only reason I haven't screamed is because you're fighting with my mom, and that makes me trust you. Why are you here in my window?
Okay. I gotta be real with you. We're ghost hunters.
Ghost hunters.
I know it sounds stupid and made up, but
It sounds stupid and made up.
okay. Do you know about those killings?
Yeah, the two high schoolers. Yeah, they were 2 years above me.
Look, something really fucked up is going on, and involves your house.
Why do you think it involves my house?
Listen, I can't say, but my friends are trying to figure that out, and your mom's being a real cunt.
You don't know why it involves my house, but you know it involves my house.
Well, we need to investigate your house because we tracked an energy here.
You tracked an energy, okay? And how did that get through your tinfoil hats?
Listen, I don't know. I'm trying to help my friends. They could explain it, but your mom's a crazy nut job. Like,
I mean, yeah.
seriously, can you get her out of there?
I can't really get my mom to do anything. I don't know if you've met her.
You know what? What sort of like heavy object is around the room?
There's a resin skull sitting on the counter. It's black.
Cool. I throw it at
Okay.
his bedroom window.
Oh, you throw it out the bedroom window?
Well, yeah, but at the glass.
At the glass. Okay. It shatters, and he goes, "Dude, what the fuck?" And you
And
hear
how
the
does
fighting
Mom
downstairs
react
stop.
downstairs? Yeah.
This guy's,
Oh, she did it.
were you distracting me? I'm getting my gun.
All right.
What?
And she
Right,
storms
move.
off. You
Right,
guys stay
go ahead.
right here. I'm getting my gun.
Wait here
I-
while I get...
The
Go
moment
ahead.
she walks out of frame, barging in.
Mhm.
Oh, all right.
No, you stay right there. Right there.
No, we're waiting until she's out of sight. She's going upstairs to her son's room. We're gonna wait till she's out of sight.
Yeah,
Oh, no, she's
like,
going to get her gun.
like
Yeah,
okay, hold
we're
on,
waiting
hold
until
on.
she.
Okay.
Up in this boy's bedroom. Is he 18 at least?
Why?
I don't know.
He's
for
a-
reasons of
he's a
plot
sophomore.
potentiality.
Yeah. I was
Okay,
gonna
he's a
say,
sophomore.
He's gotta be a sophomore.
Yeah.
Okay, so she rounds the corner and you hear her opening a drawer,
All right.
and then you hear a click.
We should either get out of there or get in there as fast as we can.
I am.
So
You guys have like 2 seconds to do a thing.
Yeah, I think I'm booking it for the van.
Okay.
oh, I was gonna go
'Cause,
in.
like, I mean, y'all can go in. I feel like okay. My line of thought is if she was going to go upstairs, if she's going to get the gun and then follow the source of the noise, then I would consider running in. If she is getting the gun and then coming back to us, then I think
You have
running
2
is the best
seconds before you
option.
find out what she's
Okay,
gonna do.
so I start ranting and raving to this kid. Okay, look,
More so than before.
yeah. No, like my eyes are like I've had it up to here with this kid, and my crazy eyes are kind of like even more crazy. Just like you're not seeing. Listen. You're not seeing what's going on here, kid. Like you're. It's bigger than you and your stupid house. You little brat. Like.
Are you trying to make him see it all fits together?
No, I'm just genuinely ranting and raving. I don't have that ability
okay.
to charm him or anything.
Yeah.
I just have crazy eyes, often overlooked, and wait, no, I did pick that ability, didn't I?
I thought you did.
So I'm building up to that though. I'm really
Okay.
my target is the mother.
My target is the mother.
So downstairs, you hear another click, and the barrel of a shotgun comes through the doorway, followed quickly by Sean.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
Get out of my house right now.
yeah, I have vacated. I am
I have 2 shots, and there's 3 of you. So
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
go on. Out my front door.
All right, gonna.
Renew, how are you going to react to this?
step down.
Because you were very
guess-
gung ho about 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, that was 2 seconds ago. I just don't know what options we have at this point.
okay. So if I booked it before she came back, like, could I have been out of her line of sight by the time she returned to the gun?
Oh yeah, Grish, you're gone.
Okay.
You could be back at the
Good,
harbor
okay.
by now, chowing down a lobster if you wanted to.
Well, my thought was also not to leave Chloe abandoned in the back of the house.
Okay.
So, like, if there were a way for me to, like, disappear, like, between the van and maybe, like, the neighbor's hedges.
I
Okay.
can actually like spirit her out of the house if we need to do that, because I have an ability to teleport to places.
Okay. So we could just remove Chloe from the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be the best course of action.
You can bamf
then.
her in and out if you want to, yeah.
Yeah. So going in is to a person I know well, and then going out actually requires a roll.
Yes,
it's
because you have
weird.
another person with you.
Yes. So my weird is +1. So
Or
as long as
you could
Chloe
just
approves
go
of
in
this course
and
of action.
try and run
No.
around.
I think I'm kind of nervous. I can hear the mother downstairs fuming and yelling at you all. I don't want to be in here. I didn't want to come up here. I had no plan. I just was listening to Michael because I got some weird crush on this internet weirdo.
You're very much outside your comfort zone.
And I'm like, fuck, this is some bullshit. Rescue me.
So
Renew,
basically,
Renew, I actually want you to roll plus weird for me really quick.
okay.
A 10. Okay, so you are looking around the house, doing your best to try and remove yourself from downwind of the shotgun, and you actually look up and you see that there is a light glowing from where Chloe should be. And you recognize this light as magic, but there seems to be something off about it. It seems to be festering. It seems that there hasn't been a proper kind of release. There's a little brown crinkly edges to this light that you recognize as magic that has started to go foul. And not like evil foul, but like left in the fridge too long.
So like it's where Chloe is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll tell you, it's where where you heard the glass break.
Okay. So I think I will. So is the mom downstairs by this point?
Oh, she's been down the stairs this whole time.
Okay.
She never
Did it
went
work,
upstairs.
guys? Can I get the fuck out of here? What's going on?
Hold on just a second. We're getting our extraction crew in there, maybe.
So I will teleport up to her room, to where she is.
You see this goth kid? He's fucking glowing.
Oh.
Okay.
And he goes, "What the fuck? What the fuck?
Of course,
somebody can
kid that
teleport?
knows magic.
So
You guys know magic too? What the fuck is happening here? Get the hell out of my house!"
So then, can I banish a spirit from the person it inhabits?
If there was a spirit here, you could. This is not a spirit.
Or curse?
Nope. This is just him.
He's been dabbling in the dark stuff.
It doesn't appear this is not learned magic. You would recognize that.
Oh, this is innate.
Yeah.
I would like to read a bad situation, please.
Sure.
That's sharp.
Big money, big money.
We're reading a lot of bad situations.
I'm sorry, I keep scrolling away from my stats. +2. Oops,
That doesn't
that's
seem
a
right.
D20.
You have an intuitive knowledge of everything that's happening in the town right now.
I apologize.
A 7. Okay.
7.
So you get to pick one question.
All right.
And remember, you get +1 ongoing, which means ongoing is different than forward. If you get a +1 forward, it's just to your next roll. +1 ongoing is until the end of the scene.
What's most vulnerable to me?
Most vulnerable to you? This kid in front of you. He's scrawny, got some acne. You could probably push him over with a light breeze.
So, here's the thing. My teleportation can take one person. It can also take two people.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So we can either try and I can either try and evaluate the situation here with a lady pointing a shotgun in my face, or we can secure him.
Secure the boy.
Secure the package.
So y'all are like walking back to the van at this point, right? When this conversation.
Yep.
We are in his
Backing
room
away.
right now.
Oh wait, you're already up in the room now?
So,
Yes.
Renew bamfed in there because
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
I'm so sorry. I thought that had not happened just yet.
yeah. So Michael and Grish booked it, and you guys
backing
hear somebody stomping up the steps very quickly. Christian,
go.
Christian, are you all right? Christian?
Well, whatever.
We are
Lydia,
leaving.
Renew, we gotta go.
We are leaving, so I'm going to use my ability to teleport us back into the van, all three of us.
Okay, roll plus weird.
And also, is the kid resisting?
It doesn't
That
appear
does
to
not
matter. Yeah.
Hey.
You do what you need to. What does it look like?
So it sort of looks like I grow sort of bright white gold wings, and they envelop all three of us,
Mhm.
and then they just kind of wrap around themselves and vanish, and then we're back in the van.
All right, everyone there.
And
Who are you?
hit the gas.
So this
hit the
boy,
gas.
there's
hit the
something
gas.
rotten with the magic
Yep.
inside of him.
Michael hits the gas.
There's no magic in me. What are you talking about? What do you mean magic? Magic's not real.
I
Magic
can
is very
see it
real.
in you. Dark and black.
The magic led us to your house.
The magic led you to my house.
Hey, what's your name?
Yeah, and could I use magic to like just demonstrate something?
Yeah, you can like press to digitate if you want to. Sure. You don't need to roll
Yeah.
for that. You can
Cool.
just drop your glamour if you wanted to.
I don't think with all of with a lot. I feel like I feel like the collateral damage of releasing a giant lobster tail in this van. I don't know how much room we have in this van. Is all I'm saying.
Probably not enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna press a digitate.
Okay.
Oh.
Like
Are you
some
gonna get
water
sweaty
moving
again?
back and forth.
What was that, Thomas?
I was just saying, like water moving back and forth between my hands, just like manifest water or something like that.
He seems surprisingly unsurprised.
That's what I thought.
All right.
Like, okay, excuse me. Chloe is kind of looking at Renew, like,
Mm-hmm.
why did you feel the need to, like, confused about that aspect? Because, as sensory as Chloe is, she doesn't have any honed abilities to be picking up what you're obviously capable of picking up. So they kind of like look at you not with like a like with like a friendly trepidation, like what do you know? Like, I don't know how much you've shared like about you seeing like you saying that they're magical. What does that mean? Chloe is wondering.
Right. So all I know for sure is that there is a darkness inside of him. It's black magic, and it's growing and festering and getting worse. That's all I can tell.
Was it black or was it just like general magic that was like rotting from disuse?
Possible.
Can Grish see any of this, or would that
Yeah.
require me to use magic to look for
No,
it?
you see it too.
Okay.
And then to your to to sort of reiterate what I said earlier, it does seem less like he is exuding evil energy and more like cheese at the back of the fridge.
Right. So what would we need to do to figure it out? I'm kind of like looking at Chloe expectantly, like
Yeah,
she's
like
the researcher
I'm
of the team.
I've already opened the laptop, closed that still image on the crime scene, and I'm kind of wondering about like lingering dark magic possession, blah blah blah. And I guess I would functionally be investigating a mystery.
Sure.
For like what happened here, like what
Are you-
describing how Renew has described the energy, what could be going on.
Sure. Are you? Is this your hold from earlier?
Oh no, I used that.
Oh,
This
you
is
did.
a new
Okay.
one.
Well, then you got to roll plus sharp.
That's +2.
A 6. Mark experience. You look up at Renew and you're like, I have no idea, man.
Can I?
I am going.
I don't really have any way to help in this situation, do I?
You can help out.
What specifically would I be doing? Helping her search on the internet, or?
That's for you to figure out. Convince me.
I feel like you could, because you maybe know magic, you could give pointers on search terminology.
There we go.
No. You want to use
like-
JSTOR for this.
They're like soul poison or something.
Yeah, I
don't
guess
know.
I could try to explain it more clearly to try and help them.
Use DuckDuckGo instead of Google.
Surprisingly, Ask Jeeves has a wealth of resources. All right, roll to help out. Roll plus cool.
Well, my cool is 0, so no promises.
Big money, big money. A 7.
7.
Uh,
Grants +1, but also expose myself to trouble or danger.
Puts us that puts mine at a technical pass.
yeah. So you get a hold. You get a +1. I will say though that
What's the danger?
Christian sees that you're Googling soul corruption or like mind poison, and he's like, there's nothing wrong with me. What the hell are you guys doing?
I think I am going to like I also don't think that there's anything wrong with Christian. I think I'm just gonna be like, so me and Renee can sense some sort of like latent magic energy within you. It seems to be like.
Are you trying to manipulate him to do something?
I don't like. I feel like I'm trying to investigate a mystery more than manipulate, because like I'm not really telling him to do anything. I'm kind of just saying like, look, we can sense magic in you.
Okay, back
It's
up. How do
festering from disuse.
you guys sense magic in me? Nobody else can see my magic.
At this point, I guess I'd like to know
Yeah, what's
the
your
answer to my what happened here. What with this kid?
With this
What's
kid,
going
sure.
on?
This kid is magic. In D&D terms, he'd be a sorcerer. He did not learn his magic. He was born with it and born with an immense amount of it. But you know that without proper training and release, this magic can fester inside of people, and cause them to cast spells uncontrollably or without even realizing
Mutate.
it. It can mutate, sure. It can also summon things without their knowledge.
Summon.
Mm-hmm.
That, yep, exactly what I was thinking.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I'm gonna explain this and be like, it seems to be festering with, and when he does say like, how can you sense it? I kind of feel like I sigh and be like, because like I'm magic too, and I'm gonna roll for investigate a mystery.
Sure.
Oh, no, plus sharp. What's my sharp? I don't think my sharp is good.
Do you have a move that could replace it?
Ooh,
I mean,
can
I
do it
could
in
manipulate. I
bed
could
if you'd
manipulate
like.
someone. I'm good at manipulating someone.
Okay, go ahead.
To what end?
I feel
Ooh.
like
Tell me everything
Getting
about
him
you.
I feel like getting him to trust me is what I'm trying to do.
That would be a manipulate roll, yes. And this would be a perfect opportunity to use your unnatural appeal.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm doing. Rolling. Because I do have a +2 charm, but my +3 weird is better.
Mm-hmm. Hot damn.
I don't think I've rolled below a natural 11.
For sure. Okay,
I'm never
so
gonna get that experience level up.
You were talking to them and explaining sort of your background, and you see that there's something that changes in Christian. You realize that he has met other people that use magic before, but he's never encountered somebody that is magic, such as yourself or Renew. And they are enraptured with you, and they are now your ally for the rest of the mystery.
Yes. I was fully prepared to like just relent and like reveal my form, but I'm kind of glad. I probably will eventually, but like in the moment, I'm glad I didn't do that and break anything in the van.
They can kind of tell that there's something off, right? You've mentioned that like you seem off to normal people. They can see that like you have gills maybe when the light shines a certain way, or you smell like the ocean.
I actually like in general I
Sure.
think I have a mini that for Grish.
Yes.
So
yes.
like
it looked really cool.
Yeah. For an image reference, that's there.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah. Let me pull that up.
She isn't painted yet, but
one day. Yeah.
One
So she sees that you have 2 sets of legs or something like that. And then the light passes, and you're back to normal. So what do you want Christian to do right now?
Well, I think that was just like I wanted
to trust you?
to like to trust me and like we're like understand that like we're not like when we're looking for like at soul corruption or soul poison, we're not like thinking something's wrong with him. We just like his magic is building up in a way that is dangerous to him.
Sure.
And we want to figure out how to fix that and get that magic to release in a safe way.
Oh, I have blue balls. Okay, yeah. Why don't you just say that?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm an adult and you're a teenager. I don't feel comfortable saying those sorts of things.
Fuck you.
I think
So, would healing the festering magic, would that be something within the realm of an injury, disease, or poison, or is that going to be something bigger that we need to do?
No, he doesn't need healing. He needs release. But you can tell that the release will not get rid of whatever has been summoned. Summonings don't work like that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but like,
But the kid isn't the summoned thing.
No.
yeah,
No.
it was
You have to roll
like
that.
it was like a magic rebound that came out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we can take the kid to his summoned thing and watch what happens.
I will tell you, as you guys are Michael, as you guys are all, Michael, you're in the front driving, and you hear all this behind you.
Yep.
It sounds like there's a lot of really
Bring
important plot things happening.
Investigating.
Yeah, a lot of really important plot things happening in the back seat. But you notice that there is a large, 8-foot tall man dragging something out of the house in front of you as you drive past, and you slow down, and you see that it is pulling a woman and a man out of the house to the right of you, and just starts to
Whoa.
whack at them with an axe. And it looks up at you, and you see that it's wearing a mask that is made from a old rotted pig's face.
Hey. I'm gonna very much like swerve around. Can I stop the car very abruptly? Okay. Over there. I'm gonna grab my camera and take a picture as fast as I can.
As you look down to grab your camera and look back up, the thing is gone, but the people are dismembered.
Hey, sorry. I know you guys are having like a whole thing back there. Sorry that I stopped so abruptly. I know I'm sure you guys will. Demon, guy thing that's wearing a pig face, and
There is
okay.
four huge thumps appear on the side of the van, and the
Great.
back door, as you hear a click.
Ah! What the fuck?
I am going to start the van again.
You start the van and you slam the pedal onto the floor. The back door rips open, and you see that this pig-faced man is holding it, and it gets ripped off the back of the car.
I stab it with my big knife.
You roll to kick some ass. Now, one thing to note about combat in Monster of the Week, it is always reciprocal unless you roll extremely well. You have to roll You have to roll a 12 plus to not receive damage when you deal damage.
Well, that's gonna be really bad for me because I have a tough of 0.
That's why That's why I took a move to roll, kick some ass with weird.
So, if Chloe attacks
7.
first, I want to protect her.
Okay. All right. So, she will need protection because you rolled a 7, so you're dealing harm to each other with no extra effects. Let me pull up my stat block here. He has a huge axe. So what does your attack look like, Chloe?
Panicked, slamming the laptop down as the van, like closing the laptop in a false motion when I see that fucking pig face, grabbing it from, well, I'm a weird girl, I carry a big knife, and it's just like, it's this like thing I got at like a flea market, but like, it's like really ostentatious, kind of like black light, style, like reactive hilt.
It's like the big knives you see at like truck stops.
Yeah, exactly. And but I just lunge and just try to go right, like in between the eyes, above the snout, I guess.
Wow. Okay. So you launch yourself.
Just screaming.
Yeah, you launch yourself, and it just,
his knife is harm 1.
I saw that. Yeah. So the knife swings across this being's face, and it just sort of cuts through the mask like the mask is made out of like silly putty, and the mask seals up behind the cut. And he oinks.
And now I take harm as well.
You do, and as you swing at him, he grabs your arm and brings the axe down on your shoulder. You take 3 harm.
Ooh.
I'm
I want
not okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. But how does protect work?
Yeah, so let's actually have the protect thing first. So Renew, I'm going to have you roll plus tough unless you have a move that says otherwise.
I do not. So it's going to be
A
13.
Okay. Both you and the character you're protecting are out of danger.
Woo!
What does it look like?
Ho-ho!
Because remember,
So,
the van is now speeding away in the other direction. As this all sort of happened at once.
right. I'm imagining it sort of like blinking in between her and the pig monster, and like holding up a wing of golden feathers and sort of like blocking the axe attack.
No.
All right. Yeah. Chloe swipes at this being's face. He draws in a deep pig noise and brings the axe down. But all of a sudden, you're there and your wings are up, and the axe clatters through feathers that are much harder than steel. And you bamf back into the van as the van streaks away down the street. And you see the monster just standing there, 7 feet tall, axe on the ground, staring at you silently.
Wish, did you get any of that?
Christian goes, "What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?"
Okay. Well,
He doesn't recognize it?
current
No,
hypothesis.
it was accidental. It's
That looks just like just like the serial killer from
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
yeah.
Yep. Okay. So
Okay.
that thing rebounded from the magic that is festering in you.
Okay.
So
Wait, that thing came out of me?
I wouldn't say out of you, more like rebound. Yeah, sort of. But it more of a. I would call it more of a rebound than like a manifestation from you.
Okay.
Like,
Did
it's
I kill
not
those people?
you.
Did I kill those people?
No.
I mean,
No.
probably not, kid. But here's the thing: there's
Re-
something going on with you.
Chloe, before you do anything else, I need you to roll plus cool for me. Because you attempted to deal harm to this monster.
Oh,
And I forgot he had a special thing.
the monster had a special thing.
The monster had a special thing I forgot about. I need you to roll plus cool.
Okay, 1 second. What's
I'm
my
sorry you
plus
keep...
cool?
It's 0 because I know that... Oh, no, it's -1 because you've done that so many times tonight.
Let's see.
It's extremely funny you've had to roll plus cool so many times tonight. Oh, boy.
Yay, experience! I'm gonna
Uh,
level up by the end of this one shot.
oh, yeah.
I feel like you may have already leveled.
Oh, not yet. I'm at 1 shy.
Okay.
So...
Oh no, and you actually have to get 6 to so I need 2 more.
I'll say you all level up by the end of this anyway.
Oh great, so my failures mean nothing overall.
Never
No,
mind, you guys don't level up.
It's only 5, but whenever you roll, you can get a total of 6 or less.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you get those bonus session points. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, we have a wrap up at the end. So Chloe, as you swiped at him, you were overtaken by a sense of terror that you've never felt before, greater even than seeing those dead cops earlier.
Oh.
You are terrified. Your next roll for anything is a -1.
me make a note.
And you also dropped something important. What did you drop?
Oh fuck! My knife.
Dropped your knife. As you look
left
back,
within
as
the
you
mask.
you left. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So as you look back, the knife had gotten lodged into the pig mask, and as you drive away, and his form gets smaller and smaller, you see that he pulls it out of his face. Sniffs it.
Oh, I see that.
You see that.
Oh no! Okay, wait. So I'm terrified. That's -1 to my next roll. How much to minus? How much to my next roll?
Just -1. A -1 forward. Yeah.
All right.
You
Yeah.
need to remove the big knife.
I see like my hand, like with the blade in the weird, silly putty like flesh of the face, and like my hand just kind of like letting go and like shaking, like what the fuck?
You probably have never. I don't know if you've ever used this knife on another person before.
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I'll be like,
Rolling high tonight.
So, Michael's just gonna go. All right. So, is it coming after us?
It's just standing there.
It'll probably
just-
come after us eventually. I think we need to.
Either we need to
Looked
get
like
it
it was
somewhere.
smelling the blade,
Make a
guys. I'm gonna
plan.
be sick.
We need to
Maybe
make
sit
all
down.
of the movie monsters go away. We need them to stop.
Hmm.
It did look like a
Well,
movie
yeah,
monster,
you
didn't
guys
it?
should-
Christian says, yeah, it did look like a movie monster.
My thought, like between the axe and the crossbow bolt and the posing, my thought had been these feel like slasher murders.
Yeah, and the grizzly scene in the woods before the cops arrived reminded me of John Carpenter.
So we have a series. So we have a movie brought to life.
Several movies.
Well then, I have
But
an
I-
idea.
You do?
Go
Oh,
on.
sorry. Go ahead. Before you do anything, my idea is a bit. My idea is a bit wild. You go ahead.
Well, my thought had been like, if we are assuming this is something that used Christian's magic to pull itself into this world, maybe a big magic thing to try and bind it and send it back, but that's maybe relying on information we don't have.
All right,
Michael, what were you thinking?
I was thinking, this is more in terms of actually getting it because we're gonna have to do this eventually. If we're gonna trap it, we need to play to the tropes, right? If this thing is like a horror movie, I'm assuming this isn't like one of the like newer ones. This is like classic slasher stuff. It's
Dude,
not
fuck
gonna
those
go
newer
like
movies. They
some
suck shit. Christian says, those newer movies suck shit. Anything after 1995 doesn't even count.
I get
Oh, you
snooty
have
back
no
at him like, Rob Zombie is brilliant. Shut your mouth.
Rob Zombie can suck my left nut.
You can. I'm sorry. You really. Listen. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna play to the tropes. What is the most stereotypical place the like horror movie survivors go? The forest, right? We need either we have some
Survivors?
sort of
Survivors don't go to the
victims.
forest.
Yeah, survivors don't go to the forest, but the reason they're not survivors is because they're being followed by. I don't know. See, I'm trying to bait him out by laying out like golden opportunity. we're gonna play good victims or something. And the way
Let me ask you this, Michael. Who usually gets killed in horror movies?
It's always the nerd. It's either
Okay.
always the nerd or the goth.
Okay.
I would say
Don't tell me you're trying to use me as bait.
No, we're not using you as bait. You are a child. I was going to say. Also, well, okay, look,
He's like 24. She's like 24.
And I'm ostensibly in my 30s, so.
Right. Okay, that's fair.
I was also thinking, like.
As you're thinking, Thomas.
My familiarity with slashers is so bad. If you could probably tell it by my horror movie, it suggests in the beginning that I veer towards early horror.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what the ditzy blondes, like the ditzy prep girls, are they typically like? Where do they end up? Are they early victims or do they fall into the final girl?
Oh right, hot people are always the first to go.
I mean, in Scream, Drew Barrymore dies in the opening.
Well, we're not exactly dealing with someone's person at the moment.
Christian pipes up and goes, "It doesn't always matter what they look like. It matters what they're doing."
True.
The people that die are the ones that are, like, making out or doing drugs or, beating up the nerd.
GM, can I get a time check-in?
Yeah, I'm going to try and wrap this up in the next 20 minutes.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna. I think
Michael, I'm going to interrupt you. As you're driving, you see a 8-foot figure with a hook on a chain standing on the shoulder.
Oh, love.
Somebody play this kid some Teletubbies.
All right. I guess showtime's right now. Now showtime. Can I try? Is he like standing on the road menacingly in front of us?
About as menacingly as he could be, yes.
Can I try and run him over?
You can.
I'd like to do that.
I'm gonna say roll to kick some ass, and the damage will not be done to you, but be done to the van.
Ooh, we can get a good mechanic, surely.
You have a good mechanic. You have a magic mechanic.
True, you have a magic mechanic.
That sounds like something from Rocky Horror.
Kick some. I have -1 to tough, so.
You've never run somebody over with your car before.
No. I am Pinnacle of Good Driver.
Oof.
Not like that.
Mark XP.
Mark XP. And you drive forward and you're going forward, and then your instincts kick in at the last second and you swerve and then come back onto the road, and you look in the rearview mirror. He's not behind you anymore.
Oh, God damn it.
One of these days, I'm going to be able to, like, lunge and... Alright, so... But, okay, so it's...
Somebody sing this kid a lullaby that doesn't involve Jesus.
So, Christian pipes up and goes, "Guys, I think I may know how to fix this." Because it's now 11:18 in the evening.
Okay.
I study magic at school with some other people. We looked some stuff up online, and we could try banishing it. But that's going to be a thing.
Like big magic.
It is going to be big magic.
You need to use magic.
Think of that
ritual, perhaps to summon or banish a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Bar the portal you open.
I think I know just the place to do it.
The woods.
Great. Let's go.
I am going to start, if I can find it, I'm going to start driving towards the cabin. That just feels very much horror movie.
Sure.
Unless everyone else doesn't want that.
Now, big
No, it's okay.
magic. One thing to remember about big magic is that it requires additional levels over normal magic. So
Yeah.
you need to figure out what the components are. And because it's so late in the evening, I will let you guys make rolls, and then you can tell me how you know what I tell you.
I would say
I'll
the
make
scene, the venue. I know that might be of some significance.
Okay, I'm actually going to ask everybody that's not driving the car to roll. Let's say roll something that would allow you to. You can either investigate a mystery or use magic. Your choice.
I'm going to use magic.
Okay.
All right, I'll use magic as well.
I will be investigating a mystery.
All right. Seven. Okay. Renew, you know that you need the creator of the summoned beast to be present,
Christian.
and at least 3 other participants.
Sounds like all of us.
Okay.
Let's see. So that was Renew. Grish, you realize that you need something. You realize that this has likely come from Christian's obsession with horror movies. And as a creature born from movies, you need something that can be rewound.
Ooh.
And Christian has a VHS player
Back at his house.
back at his
So
house.
Michael,
We
also
have
has-
a VHS player in the van.
Yeah, you guys
Okay,
you have all
look,
sorts of equipment in the van.
I was assuming it was 2023.
DVDs also count, as well as clocks. Anything that can be wound
have a
backwards.
tape recorder.
That work?
I have a tape recorder. If this banishes the tape recorder, I can finally get some better audio equipment.
What did
But
you roll?
I'm gonna say you might
Oh.
have to, pay for lost audio equipment to the school.
Oh, this was my
Just-
dad's. I'm sure he'll be fine about
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Chloe, you realize you've done a little bit of research into summonings and banishments, especially with the white magics and black magics that you have done research on. Your heart sinks as you recognize that you need something from the summoned beast in order to banish it.
I alert the group like, y'all, if we need to banish, we're going to need a piece of one of these creatures.
Well, then
Or-
you just have to bait it. To
Or
us.
a piece of this kid's flesh.
No,
No, no, the
Oh,
kid is.
damn it. Okay,
It is
well.
separate from the kid. We're not harming the child. Hmm.
All right.
So we need to lure it either way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christian goes, I don't think you need to worry about that, and points outside, points in front of the car.
Yeah, it's gonna keep following us.
Yeah, and you see that, again, the killer is standing there, wielding
What
holding a
does-
sledgehammer in both hands and stomping towards you.
Sledgehammer? Okay.
He really does switch it up, huh? Right. How close are we
Wow.
to wherever we need to be?
Okay.
The location does not
want-
matter.
Can you
Alright,
I
I'm gonna...
will-
can you get this thing to chase us?
I have no idea how to make it chase us. Unless I stop the van. It seems to be chasing us already, so...
Okay, let's just keep going and say smash cut to the woods
Sure.
by the cabin maybe.
Yeah. You guys screech into the to the
Yeah.
dirt path in front of the cabin. Michael slams on the brakes, and a cloud of dust appears behind you.
and then I am going to like it just kind of like drop my get out of the van and drop my glamour and wait for something to like the monster, because
Wasn't it
I
following?
have
You don't see
Michael-
it. You don't see it when it goes out of view.
I'm
I'll
assuming
say-
it will appear shortly.
You hear heavy breathing behind you.
Cool.
Cool.
Mhm.
I want to I want to try to grapple the monster with my many, many legs,
Roll to kick some ass.
and I'm going to attempt to grab it and bite it to get it to cause it pain, to get it to drop whatever weapon it's holding.
Okay.
So that I can then take the weapon and we can use that for the
Other things that could, any piece of this being would work. So a
Yeah.
weapon would definitely work, but as well as a scrap of
a
cloth,
mouthful of flesh.
mouthful of flesh,
Or the whole thing.
the whole thing.
If you're holding it down right now, we could begin the ritual right now.
You need to hold them down for a full
Okay.
minute.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Can
Well,
you hold it
let-
for a minute?
I can try. Let's see what I roll.
Do you want me to help you or protect you? What do you think?
You need 3 people to
Uh,
complete this ritual in addition to Christian.
Ah,
13. Hot damn.
Yeah. that's correct.
But you're welcome. If you can convince me that you can do both, then convince me. A 13, you get to pick an enhanced effect.
An enhanced effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so we can say you
that.
definitely grapple him.
Completely hold advantage. All hunters.
Think about that. I need to take a piddle.
I mean, the effect you want is you force them where you want them, right?
Yes. So I forced them where I want them, but I also, because I got a 13, I also get an advanced effect. You completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved in the fight get plus forward. You suffer no harm at all. Your attack inflicts double normal harm, or your attack drives the enemy away and around. I think.
So I'm going around to both Renew and Michael, and I don't really know that this is probably some weird form of condescending to Renew, but giving the mantras that we're gonna chant for this banishment ritual,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I guess try to guide us through it.
Okay.
And Michael is gonna take out his tape recorder and start rewinding it over and over.
Michael, you need to recite this too.
Oh, fine. Yeah, got it.
You're not gonna get your juicy evidence this episode.
I know. I'm
Okay.
gonna.
Yep. Did you guys win?
I think I'm going to do completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved get +1 forward.
All right. Everybody gets a +1 on their next roll.
I don't.
Ah, yours evens out. Okay, and you still get to roll. Let's see, on a 7+. So you,
And that
yeah, you get to
that would be
deal damage.
yeah. My bite is 3 harm.
3 harm. He takes 1 harm.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Boy,
Got
has on
2
there.
armor. He's a tough cookie.
I could have chosen to I think to ignore armor, and I didn't take that, and I regret not taking that. But at least I did a little harm.
That is not an option, actually.
Or to ignore armor. There's a move within the monstrous natural
sorry,
attack that I could have taken an option
Right.
to ignore armor, but I went with
Guess we'll do
base
that when you
attack.
Yeah.
I could do that on that level.
Next time.
next time. All
All
right.
right. So this thing
So
is
let's
being
do this
grappled
ritual.
by the lobster's many legs.
Yeah. And when you were on your piddle break, I had devised the plan that in the van in a panic, I kind of wrote on some scraps the mantras that we're going to be chanting to banish this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I handed out some papers to Michael and then Renew, and obviously our grappler in the middle is occupied, but I
Sure.
give one to the kid too.
Okay. So, let's see. All right. So, as you guys are doing this, you all join hands, and Christian joins hands as well. And as you start your mantra, you see that the Renew and Grish actually are able to see that the golden light inside of him is starting to radiate, and the actual sort of spoiled bits are starting to renew themselves, starting to unroll or unravel away from him. There seems to be a new sort of life being breathed into him. And as you see this, Grish, you hear a motor start directly beneath you, and you take 3 harm as a chainsaw rips into your leg.
Youch.
Youch indeed. And he roars.
But he's still pinned.
He's still pinned.
Just keep chanting.
Yeah.
Savadidis, Sava Latin sounding, Suva.
Grish, I need you to roll plus cool for me.
Plus cool. What is my cool? I think it's a nice round 0.
Ooh.
Yep. There's
Ooh.
that experience.
Oh boy. So
You wanna use your luck?
you could use a luck, turn it into a 12.
Yeah, we're right at the end. I'll use a luck.
Not a bad idea. Okay, you stay calm.
But
You
then
feel
I
a sense
don't
of
mark experience.
no, you don't. You feel a sense of fear wash over you, and it goes away as you realize this is too important to let yourself be scared for. All right, I need everybody else to roll act under pressure really quick.
And y'all remember y'all's +1 forward.
Except me.
Yeah.
But
Under
it
pressure
cancels
plus
out your
cool.
-1. So that's still a better position than you were in.
That's true.
Really, thank you. What are we rolling again? I'm sorry.
Plus cool.
Act under pressure. Oh, plus cool.
Okay.
That's with my +1.
Right.
But my guy has no cool.
Okay.
Woof. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that.
Okay. Chloe?
Sure.
7. Okay. So, as you are chanting, you look down and you see that the chainsaw has ripped into your friend's shoulder, or ripped into your friend's leg. You take a -1 forward, Michael. But you don't break the chant. Grish, what do you do?
Did you mark your XP, Michael?
Oh, right. Thanks, Chloe.
I can also regrow my legs. It's fine.
All right. What does everybody do next?
mean, we're trying to finish up this
Chanting.
spell, right?
Finishing the ritual till this thing dissipates or whatever.
Sure.
Yep.
Grish.
Zabaduba zababluba.
Kalamazoo. Grish, what are you feeling? You're the only one that can. It's free right now.
Grish?
Yeah, Grish, you here with us? Oh no. Did Grish disconnect?
I mean, they're
Oh,
still
no.
in the channel.
Yeah. Grish, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh no.
Right at the
No.
right at the ultimate scene.
Aw.
Let me see if I can
Hmm.
see if
Great.
I can DM them.
Oh, sorry, I'm here.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
No. Oh, thank goodness.
Sorry, I must have cut out. Can you?
yeah. Everybody's chanting. What are you doing?
Oh, so okay, I think hmm. Is there anything that okay, I know that this creature tends to like slip away
Mm-hmm. Whenever it's not being viewed.
whenever it's not being viewed. Okay.
Skibadoo babadoo.
You. Okay, so
More intensity.
what
In unison.
I think we need to start the
You have 45 seconds left in the ritual.
Oh,
we need to start the
tape recorder?
tape recorder. Yes.
Mm.
It's on Michael's waist if you want to grab it.
Okay.
Roll plus cool to see if you grab it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, let's
Without
see if I
like.
grab it because I am gonna have to let go of.
We'll see what happens when you roll.
Yeah.
Five. Okay. So.
Mark experience.
Mark XP. Yeah. And you can also use luck if you'd rather.
I'm gonna burn another luck.
Burn another luck. Okay, you got
I
one
just-
left before you are doomed.
Yeah. But like I think this is super important and we don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you grab the tape recorder and you flip it on rewind, and you see that the monster below, the 8-foot man below you, starts to writhe and shake and scream, but he's doing it in reverse. And exactly. And your friends are chanting around you in the circle, and you see that actually he is the killer is starting to dissolve into a pile of dust that actually sort of pools underneath you and starts to run in rivulets towards Christian and into his eyes.
Oh.
But he stopped.
Sounds like it's working.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does anybody want to do anything before the ritual ends?
I think we just need to. I mean, I feel like we just need to let the ritual finish. I think interrupting it is probably the worst thing we could do.
For sure. All right, everybody continues to chant.
I can
Hey,
take up the
Super.
chanting.
Hey, batter.
Hey, bada.
Big money, big money, big money. So
No whammies.
yeah, no whammies. The killer continues to dissolve until there is nothing left, and the dust pours into Christian's eyes. He falls to the ground, wreathes for a moment, and then is still.
We did it, guys.
Oh,
I check on Christian.
Is he okay?
He's breathing.
All right.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
We have just dealt with not our first, but our first real ghost story. Grish, did you record all that?
What time? What? Okay.
Everybody, we gotta get this kid home before his mom gets.
Monster.
Yeah.
Do you think I had time to record anything? We don't exactly have a GoPro.
Is there a trope that you like?
No.
Is there a trope that you always are presented with actual supernatural things, but your camera's always off or broken, or?
Not exactly, but I feel like that's just sort of what's gonna happen from now on.
I love when those things happen.
Unless we invest in a GoPro. Like, if I'm wearing a GoPro, I can film while grappling a monster. But, like, I can't use a handheld camera when I'm grappling a monster that, to be fair, cut off one of my legs.
All
Listen,
right.
the AV club is on its, like, last legs, and we zoom out.
There it is. Yeah.
I would just like to throw it out there that Grish really, really wants to kidnap.
Well,
I think he needs real training.
I don't want to subject this kid to his abusive mother.
Exactly. Like, part like this kid's need training. Like, I feel like
you guys can all decide that for your next session because we are now complete. Let's go ahead and wrap up with our final questions.
We have like just very quickly for the credits scene.
Yeah.
I imagine it's just like credit scrolling, all of us like driving silently, all of us just sort of exhausted.
Exactly. Yeah. Christian's in the back seat. You've absconded him from his Q family. Let's go ahead and ask some questions. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yeah.
Probably.
We saved the town from further slashers.
We saved the town. I would argue that we saved Christian because, like, both from his mom and from, like, what would have happened if the magic had kept festering.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Did you learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Innate magic.
Teenagers do be making magic.
And last, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a given for like any starting session of this game because like you're learning a lot about each other. Like, and the thing is, this didn't really come up, but I don't think I think we established that Renew knew that Grish was a monster. I don't think Michael or Chloe knew that Grish was a monster.
Yeah.
Mind's blown.
Because I'm working with Michael not because I'm a monster, but because it seemed like an easy film gig.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys answered 4 questions correct, or 4 questions is a yes. So you marked 2 experience. Everybody marks 2 experience. My guess is some of you leveled up, which you can do later because we are out of time. I want to congratulate everybody for coming and thank you all for coming to the inaugural session of Open Table.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're all able to do it.
It was a whole lot of fun.
Be doing this again. Yes, this is
for
so much fun.
So my plan for this is actually to have every time I do it be like a different session or a different different group of people. Of course, you're all welcome to come, but preference will be given to new players, as well as
Yeah.
I'll probably trying other systems, and other modules as well. But I had a fantastic time tonight, and this is definitely a firm foundation for a continuing campaign.
Yeah, and I'd like, I mean, even if like I'm not playing, like I'd love to like continue watching this.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if we got, I mean, this is a great time for pluggables as well. You can follow me on Twitch and YouTube as _sproutemoji. And you can, which I've been streaming to all this evening. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter there as well. And yeah.
Hooray, GG, everybody. Pleasure playing with you.
Yeah. Any roses
Yes.
and thorns from people? I like to do roses and thorns, and then we'll call it a night.
Mhm.
I mean, the thorns for me is just, it was a little clunky first step together in a new game, and the roses, I feel like I look forward to seeing if we do move forward, what kind of group we would be. Like that, I love the potential of like a new bloom like this. So that was fun.
Mhm.
I think in terms of roses, it's definitely like there's a lot of good like character dynamics that I think are fun, especially with like we just kidnapped someone. We just kidnapped.
Rescue.
We totally
You
yeah,
rescued
rescue.
someone.
Rescued.
Yeah, sorry, rescue.
And like he's almost an adult. Like we call him a child, but like a sophomore. Like you can drop out of high school at 16.
yeah.
Christian
Just
goes,
one-
"Oh, is that so? Oh."
We're
Either
homeschooling
way.
your kid. Don't get your
I'm
hopes
also gonna
up.
say that like this is in terms of actual story, this would probably be the first time of seeing like not necessarily concrete, but like specifically dangerous and monstrous stuff that isn't just like a poltergeist that needs to be put to rest. This is like an evil entity that needs to be put to rest. Like
I feel like
The world just got a
next-
lot bigger for you, kid.
Yeah, both of
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
for both of us, yeah. I'm either way. In terms of thorns, I'll say it started off. Pacing was really good at the start. It fell off a bit after we started having to rush a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like it
Yeah.
slowed down a bit at the house because we started having trouble knowing where to go from there. Trying
Okay.
to get in, but that was
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I know for me that like as a player, like during one shots, like I struggle with like fast action because I'm always I want to think everything through.
Mhm.
And sometimes you just have to like move during a one shot. I'm not always the best at that.
Yeah, I mean it's harder to establish that continuity in that like, flash in the pan moment.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I would like to maybe throw a little bit of disagreement in that I think that we got to like a good pace when we started getting some friction in the story, and like I struggle a lot with like trying to like go against the grain and kind of push my own opinion into the game.
Mhm.
But once I could like get to the point like I'm going to go into this house unless you stop me,
I
I
love
felt
that.
like that kind of helped
Yeah.
get the
That
story
was-
moving a little bit more.
Mhm.
That was
Conflict
fun.
is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, conflict is good. It's just that I felt like a lot was going on in that moment.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
I do think it was fun how he was introduced though, with like climbing through the window. That was fun.
Very John
Yeah.
Hughes.
Either way, a good session.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again,
I-
pretty much the only thing was that pacing was a bit off by the end because we had to
Mhm.
speed it up.
Yeah. I could have easily made this a 2-session one shot, but I wanted to get it down in one session. So, next week I plan on trying to run a kids on bike game, Tales from the Loop. If anybody's interested in that, again, preference will be given to new people. But I've always wanted to run Tales from the Loop, and that will be an opportunity for me to do that. So, yeah, if you guys ever wanted to play kids on bikes style games,
Right.
80s movies, like kids in high school, and
Karate Kid.
well, not Karate Kid. So Tales from the Loop is actually based on a picture that or an artist from a picture that I will drop in here. Tales from the Loop.
The original is like E.T. is the big idea.
E.T. is the big one, yeah.
Or Stranger
E.T.'s a good one. Goonies, Stranger Things. Stranger Things is the classic Kids on Bikes show now. That's what everybody will know when you talk about it.
I gotcha.
Yeah. This is boo. I hate WebPs. Why is everything a WebP now?
There's an extension you can put on your browser that allows you to just straight up download anything. Like it'll like automatically convert it.
Right. I will look into that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah. So Tales from the Loop is very much high school and middle school kids going up against secret government agencies and mad scientists and things like that.
It's straight up called just save WebP as PNG or JPEG.
Oh, I'll look that up. Okay.
Well, it's nice playing with y'all.
Yeah, I had a fantastic time tonight.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see how this goes forward for me. I would definitely love to play with you all again. Keep an eye on my Twitter or any of the Discords that we may be a part of together if you want to play again. And I will see you guys around.
Heck yeah.
All right.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
This was a nice introduction to the system. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. For those of you playing for the first time, I'm always happy to introduce people to games. So
Yeah.
peace
Bye-bye.
out.
Bye.